issues. They affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
Let's start the fucking show, eh?
You're going to jail.
I will never leave YouTube.
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my channel again. You will be banned.
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Folks, let's move on over. Thank you for joining me. Here we are, another Thursday night, another cavalcade of stupidity and internet lulls to wade through tonight, folks. Let me tell you, we got a little show. So the big news in the early morning hours was that King Cobra's YouTube account got taken down. Now exactly what he did, I'm a little unclear. Bite-sized Cobra vids did a live stream in the early mornings, and that's where I got it, and I shared it over in Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers. And we were reviewing, supposedly the last video that was put out. And I say we, he was reviewing, I was watching. And it's on an archive channel. It's out there. I didn't really see anything to get it. Maybe I missed it or something, but I don't think I'm not really, it's unclear what exactly he did. But anyways, his channel is down, he's gone, but he's back. Folks, the Josh Saunders channel, which he's had as a backup for a while. He's already posted a couple sandwich making videos and a YouTube sucks video. So we're going to check that out tonight. Hail the return of the king, folks. It's the return of the king. So that's good. We're going to check all that out. What else? I got rambling and mumblings of Rev. And then we got a couple Odyssey videos from the old Vonster himself. One is about Canada. I'm sure it'll be engaging and enthralling, and it'll be an educational session for everybody. So we're going to check all that out all tonight. And we're going to kick it off. You know, if I had known, if I had the foresight, if I had the clairvoyance of the gods, I would have saved Vaughn's karaoke of The Rush, you know, being a Canada-themed video that he did. And I didn't want to repeat that. So I do have one that we've watched a few times before, because I just want to set the tone tonight, folks. We're going to crank it up a notch. Join me on my journey of Christmas beers that I have to drink, because my fridge was getting full of them. So we got this other one from this pack. I drank the one last week. It was 9%. We're taming it down to a 5%. I literally just reached in the fridge and grabbed one. I have no idea if this is good, bad, something in between. But it's somewhat of an omen. It's kind of like this in the Romans or whatever. You cut open the sheet and check the organs and there's maggots, it's a bad omen. But anyways, all right, let's. Pours good, folks. It's a very light golden color. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, let's have a little sip. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. Start with that. See where we go, folks. Get your drinks, get your snacks. This party is about to kick off. I do appreciate you all being here. If you don't give me, or if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If not, whatever. Hey, I know what a party. All right. So, anyways, let's get into this crazy thing, folks. Here we go. Oh yeah.
In the beginning, back in 1955, man didn't know about a rock and roll show, all that jive. The white man had the smarts, the black man had the blues. No one knew what they was gonna do, but Tchaikovsky had the news. He said, let there be sound. There was sound. Let there be lights. There was lights. Let there be drums. There was drums. Let there be guitar. And there was guitar. Ow! Let there be rock. Born all across the land, every rockin' band was blowing up a storm. And Guitar Man got famous, the businessman got rich, and every bar was a superstar with a 7-year itch. There were 15 million fingers learning how to play, and you could hear the fingers ticking. And this is what they had to say: let there be light, sound, drums, and guitars. Ow, let there be rock. One night in a club called the Shakin' Hand, there was a 42 decibel rockin' band. And the music was good and the music was loud. And the singer turned and he said to the crowd, "I'll let the beat run."
Yes.
He did.
That was all kinds of yes, folks. You got to give it to Vaughn on that one. I mean, be able to do that whole section and not be in key once, that's a talent unto itself.
Oh, yeah. Go and do it. I'm bugged out. Who the fuck are you? He did. I saw him. I saw him do it. I'm bugged out. Who the fuck are you? Neil deGrasse Tyson ain't got nothing on this. No. Thank you very much. We'll be here all night. No money. No money. No more money. No even more money. Oh.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Golly gee, looky there. You guys see that? You guys see that? There's cirrus clouds coming out of the back of that jet. What's cirrus clouds doing coming out of the back of a jet? That's insanity. I didn't know that cirrus clouds followed jets around. Is that what's happening? Are those cirrus clouds up there? Because those come out of jets too. Look at them. Are you telling me that the jets are chasing the cirrus clouds? Is that what that is? The jets are chasing the cirrus clouds. Now this is just bizarre. This whole time I thought I was crazy, but it's the jets chasing cirrus clouds, and I guess the jets are spreading them out. Spread them out. Any person in this day and age that says that this chemtrails are cirrus clouds they are either an FBI informant, some kind of bot, or they're just plain stupid. Listen, I went working yesterday. This woman had some fencing and stuff like that to tear down. So I went over there to tear it down. She was talking with a neighbor who was taking her lunch break, walking down the road. And that woman that was from the office, she said, you know, this weather is absolutely beautiful. If they would quit dousing us with these chemtrails. And these women, both of them are close to 60 years old. 60 years old. I wish they'd quit dousing us, them stupid jets flying over, dousing us in chemtrails. 60-year-old women know this, but people but nameless, faceless trolls. Look at that pretty 71 Mach 1. Oh, have mercy. Mustang's my dream car. You mean to tell me some jackass that plays around on YouTube, the anonymous trolls, don't know what a chemtrail is? They don't know that we're being geoengineered? I mean, I've shared the video of the former CIA director saying, oh yeah, we've been geoengineering for years using chemtrails. What? What? We've been doing it for years? Just sit there. Just sit there. Don't worry. I know. You just sit there. Got all day. I mean, it's insanity. I mean, look. Isn't it weird how all the cirrus clouds are going in the same direction? That's so bizarre. Wow. What do you think you're going to do? And this is what people do not understand. And I was never positive on how they make the weather happen, but what you need to understand, folks, NEXRAD, you are told by weathermen all over the country that NEXRAD tells you what the weather's going to be. They are just satellites depicting the different humidity factors and different heat content. NEXRAD are laser systems that heat up the atmosphere. I showed you during Hurricane Helene. They heated it up and cooled it up in different areas after what? After the chemtrails, because just heating up the atmosphere doesn't work. It has to hit something. The heat has to be held in something. Like glass will go everywhere if you don't have a jar. Well, how do they generate the heat? They have to what? They put a conductor in the air. What conductor, you say? Heavy metals. Heavy metals like aluminum. We've got the highest contents of aluminum in our soil than any country on the planet. They're heating up the aluminum from chemtrails in the atmosphere. That's what they're doing, and NEXRAD's the one that does it. Why do I have to go over the basics of geoengineering and weather modification with these anonymous trolls that are just either dumb or they're paid to act stupid? I mean, look at that. It goes all the way from the top to the bottom of the sky. And tomorrow, this will be a thick, hazy cloud, and you won't be able to see through it, and it'll be cold and miserable. Why? Because they're blocking out the sun. Bill Gates said we must block out the sun. Why? Why must they block out the sun? Because they want to control that too. Our energy, our power, our physical and mental and emotional health comes from the sun. Have you ever wondered why skin cancer rates have went up in America in the past 20 years at a massive rate after all these skincare products come out that protect us from the sun? Have you ever wondered that? Because you're taking chemicals and covering your body in layers of chemicals to protect you from the sun, the same sun that's actually protecting you. What don't you understand? Everything they tell you is a lie. And everybody wants to believe it. Cirrus clouds. Wow. Amazing. God bless.
Be right back after these messages. Come on, gods. Answer me.
Do you still have your physical Elder Scroll going?
I couldn't find it.
That? I thought Larry
I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. And I asked the gods, I said, I can't find my Elder Scroll. And they said, don't worry, you are the Elder Scroll. And I'm like, oh, okay. Meaning that I don't need that anymore. I've got the power within me to do whatever I need to do. Which is what prompted the Ephesians to show up.
Up those hurricanes in your sleep and shit, you know?
Yeah, bust up those hurricanes like nothing. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, notice all the natural disasters stop suddenly.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how all that works?
No,
was like, let's see. There hasn't been any major earthquakes. There hasn't been any major hurricanes. There hasn't been a lot of, here's what they got crafty one time. They said, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll have tornadoes here in North Carolina. We'll have tornadoes in Texas. We'll have tornadoes in Michigan. It can't be everywhere at once, which is true because I'm only one guy. But here's what I've done. I called upon the four winds of the elder gods, and I literally just swept the whole goddamn country clean. I took everything, swept it right off into the fucking Atlantic Ocean. And they're like, wait a minute, you ain't allowed to do that, but too bad, I did it anyway, so fuck you. So yeah. But they thought they had me because they started all these tornadoes in all these different states thinking, well, he's one guy, he can't be everywhere at once. Well, surprise, I got an ace up my sleeve. I got things that I know how to do, man, to get shit done. And the gods have more than prepared me for these things. But anyway.
Until the next hurricane comes this summer.
Huh?
Until the next hurricane shows up.
Well, when the next hurricane shows up, I just bust it up like I have all the others. It ain't no big deal.
We'll be right back after these messages.
America! I don't give a fuck, YouTube. What's up, Facebook? It's one of those kinds of days. I got some Nikolai vodka, courtesy of my Cameo shoutouts. My YouTube trolls got my YouTube account taken down by mass flagging it with fake accounts. See, I like how YouTube can allow sickos and crap like that on their platform and have channels that are dedicated to bullying me and harassing me, but they take my shit down. Says a lot about my trolls on YouTube, to be honest. However, I did submit an appeal, and I will find out in 2 days whether or not I get my channel back, and if I don't, I'll just start over. Does not affect me in the slightest. My trolls are pathetic and they need to grow up. Your obsession with Cobra is more unhealthy than my drinking, he said while pouring himself a glass. No, I fucking hate sickos, and I get bullied for pretty much anything that I'm against or for. It doesn't matter. And you know what? My YouTube channel, if you did watch it, I don't preach hate on my channel. I don't preach anything. All I do is make my sandwiches, make my wine, play guitar, whatever. And of course, as soon as they got deleted, my trolls had to fucking blow up my cell phone like the obsessed losers that they are. You know what's pathetic? My trolls do anything they can to ruin my life. And according to them, I'm not allowed to have anything positive or happy in my life. I like how my YouTube trolls can sit there and say, oh, you need to get a job, you need to get a job, you need to get a job. So then when I do get a job, they harass that job until I get fired. So I'm like, well then screw that, I'll just work for myself. And then they harass that till my channel gets taken down. I just submitted an appeal to YouTube. I'll hear back from them in 2 days. I highly doubt it's going to do anything. And it doesn't matter because I have several backup channels. I have several backup channels, and if YouTube doesn't allow me to post content on their platform, then I'll go and post videos somewhere else. That's got a bite to it. Vodka and Monster, yeah. And a lot of people have been saying, hey, Cobra, sorry to hear about your channel getting deleted and shit. And I'm like, it is what it is. I had over 112,000 plus subscribers and never received my YouTube silver button. And I want to make this video public so that way you can spread the word. And if my fans want to help out, I would blow up YouTube's DMs and be like, justice for Cobra, remove the strikes from his channel, and give him his channel back. This is bullshit. It is. there were confirmed sickos on YouTube who are allowed to keep their YouTube channel, and their shit doesn't get taken down. There are plenty of fucking assholes who go out of their way to bully me on YouTube, creating several accounts to bully me and shit. Does their shit get taken down? No, it does not. My trolls are pathetic, evil pieces of shit assholes, and they need to grow the fuck up and get a life. And I did not go out of my way to harass my YouTube trolls. I just simply do my thing. But when I literally made a video about this, the second my YouTube jail sentence got lifted, and I was able to post videos again, I uploaded the prosciutto sandwich video that I made with the jalapenos, and then I uploaded a video explaining to YouTube what was going down. Now, using your accounts to mass flag people's accounts when they're not doing anything wrong, you know what I'm saying, is super against YouTube's policies. And like I explained in my Do Better YouTube video, YouTube is ran by an algorithmic computer that does not recognize bots or fake accounts. So and the trolls know this. Just think of it, my trolls are never going to win. My life is not some sick game or some sick reality show. I'm a human being. And people go out of their way to fucking hate me, and then I get so much hate for just trying to stand up to these assholes. If I say anything to defend the people that they're attacking because they're jealous of my life, they do it more. And then as a result, I get more hate for it. So you know what? I'm tired of people hating me for my fucking YouTube trolls. I do not control what they do. All I can do is control how I react to it. And if YouTube will give me back my fucking channel, then I'll sue the fuck out of them and then go stream on another platform. The trolls will never win. I don't go out of my way to flag their accounts because social media doesn't give a shit. And I feel like, well, if you don't like someone's content, then don't watch. So I ignore my YouTube trolls. They're blocked on my channel from my channel and shit. And I got a couple of backup YouTube channels on the ready to go just in case some shit goes down. I submitted the appeal, and I explained in the appeal to YouTube that I have Asperger's, and my YouTube trolls are abusing the algorithm to mass flag my videos. My buddy Ben says, it says a lot about YouTube and your trolls where they will ban your channel, but Jared Genesis gets to keep his. They would rather get rid of your channel than a guy who admits to being a pedophile. And I'm like, that's the fucking truth. YouTube's fucked like that. My trolls are fucked like that too, and fuck sickos.
We'll be right back after these messages.
We take
Looks like we're not missing anything. Vaughn doesn't have his audio on. So let's skip out. Wonder how long he goes until he realizes his audio's off. There we go. There we go.
And then you are all the way back. who owns...
Alright, sometime around here. Maybe it's better without the audio, I don't know. Gives everyone a break, you know what I mean? It's a little moment to reflect. Wow, he goes quite a while, eh? Like 13 minutes, minus like the 5-minute bullshit at the beginning. Fun.
Okay, my mic was muted this whole time because I forgot. All right, anyway. Mark Carney, former central banker turned centrist politician. I can stop right there and have a party. I can stop right there and have a whole video with just that one little piece of a sentence right there. Central banker. And who owns the central banks of the world? All over the world, including here in the United States. Who owns all the central banks? Oh, that would be the 300 elite families. Rothschild, Rockefeller, Morgan, Carnegie, Warburg, Vanderbilt, etc., etc. Central banker. So, let's stop for a minute. Let's stop for a minute and let's investigate this, because this is funny. Because if there was ever any doubt that Canada is owned by the House of Rothschild, this crazy conspiracy theorist, Von Helton, all the way back to 1970, telling you that the globalists are taking over the countries of this world one at a time. And I got laughed at. I got called a fool. I got called a conspiracy theorist. I got told that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right? And yet, there it is in black and white. Mark Carney, former central banker. In other words, he's not just a liberal. He's not just an uber liberal. He is a globalist. Because that's who owns the central banks. They're globalists. And so obviously, if you get hired by them or you are in tight with them, then you are, by extension, a globalist. And you could bet your ass he's going to vote that way. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that Canadians don't own their own country. You're not, if you're a Canadian citizen right now, this information is a shock to you, because that means you don't own your country, you don't run your country. Probably haven't run it for years. Now, granted,
everybody knows Mark Carney worked for the Bank of Canada, and he was actually so good at his job, since we're part of the Commonwealth, he worked for the UK as well, for their bank. So that's what it's meant by central banker. Now, as far as the Rothschilds owning Canada, I'm not sure.
Obviously, I am not Canadian, and my knowledge of Canadian politics is somewhat limited, admittedly. However, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if a central banker has just become president of your country, and there wasn't even a damn election, logic dictates that, yeah, you're owned by the House of Rothschild. Welcome aboard, because it seems that America is too.
Well, just to explain that to some of my American friends that may not understand what's going on, when a prime minister, not a president, but I'll let that go, steps down before the term is over, the party leader elects a new leader. So he has been elected party leader. And legally, he has a time threshold to call an election. And in this case, he has until October to call an election. And I've heard speculations by May there could be an election. So there will be an election, an actual federal election. Not that we vote for the actual leader of the country, we vote for the parties in ridings. But that aside, and by the way, the guy's not even sworn in until tomorrow, so he's technically it's still Trudeau. But this has happened over and over. The Conservatives did it with, when Brian Mulroney stepped down, Kim Campbell was temporarily prime minister, voted head of her party. John Turner, the list goes on. And many times, and sometimes those people are elected to continue on as prime minister. But we do have federal elections. The bankers do not just put unelected officials in to run the country. It doesn't exactly work like that. Same idea is if something happened, heaven forbid, to Trump, J.D. Vance would step up and take the place and finish the job. Folks.
Trump is a Jew, Kabbalist Jew. And, I'll remind you of the story where Trump is outside, talking to reporters, and there's a throng of people around and everything. And Rothschild and Wilbur Ross just happen to be strolling on by in their limo. And Wilbur Ross looks over and sees Trump with all them reporters and all that throng of people. And he points at him out of the limo window, and he says, "Hey, we can use that man." Talking to Rothschild. And Rothschild agreed and said yes. Set everything up. And so Wilbur Ross, who's the financial CEO of Rothschild Inc. here in the United States, did exactly that. He set everything up to where all of Trump's bankruptcies would be paid, and that Rothschild would hold the liens on all those properties. And that's exactly what happened. And this is a matter of public record that anybody can look up. Okay, so yeah, we're all controlled by the global elites. Yes, even Canada. So if there was any question, if there was any doubt in your mind that your country, speaking to you Canadians, if there was any doubt, any question that your country was run by the global elites, well, that's gone. Because I'm being told they didn't even vote for this man. He's just put in there, just installed like a toilet. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, I could stop right there. Former central banker. Former central banker. What do you want me to say? And where's my apologies to all those people that laughed at me saying, "Oh, well, my country isn't under the control of the global elites." Yeah, really? Sorry. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. Maybe y'all should have listened to me a long time ago. I've been at this since 1970, folks. That's a long ass time. Maybe you ought to listen to me. Maybe I know a few things. Just maybe. Just maybe I know a few things. All right, let's continue. Carney 59, whose resume is filled with decades of experience working at the highest levels of what? Global finance. Global finance. But has never been elected to public office. Well, that makes everything okay, right? Yeah, okay. Now faces his first major economic reckoning as Prime Minister, managing Canada's trade relationship with the United States. Well, praise the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. There we go, right there, boys. All right. In the end, he won the leadership election by a landslide. He did. With nearly 86% of the vote, 131,674 votes, with Trudeau's former finance minister, Chrystia Freeland, coming in at a very distant second with 11,134 votes. Okay, let's stop right there. Because you got this guy who's an uber liberal, and you got this Chrystia Freeland, who was one of Trudeau's lackeys, for a better word, former finance minister. So she's going to be an ultra liberal. So what was the vote here? How do the Canadian people come out a winner if?
Okay. It's the leadership of the liberal fucking party, Vaughn. What do you expect them to be? Of course they're liberals. Like, he's getting lost in his own fucking bullshit. His own ignorance betrays him, folks.
If both of them are ultra-liberal. Hello? Anybody out there? Anybody got your ears on, as we used to say in CB jargon years ago? It is accepted speech. Carney... No, thank you. It is accepted speech. Carney tackled the Trump tariff threats head on. Donald Trump, as we know, has put unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living, he said. He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed, and we won't. Okay, stop right there. Because every country on earth has been socking it to us with these tariffs. Tariffs on eggs, for example, coming out of Canada, 200%. How about milk? That's 200% also. And many, many other things coming out of Canada with tariffs of 50%, 100%, 200%, 300%.
So first of all, this shows that Vaughn, one, doesn't understand how tariffs work, because it's not tariffed on eggs coming out of Ontario. We don't collect the tax. Tariffs, you don't collect the tax. It's a tariff on American imports coming into Canada, which we all know is passed on to the consumer, because it's the side receiving that pays the tariff, right? So it's a tariff on Canadians that buy certain American imports. By the way, this is all a part of a deal that Donald Trump made when he was in office first term, right? He said it was the best deal ever. Now, I know it sounds crazy to have a 200% tariff or 250% tariff, but that's not actually true. Actually, as far as dairy and eggs and things are concerned, I don't know if we import eggs, because we have lots up here and they're not fucking $13 a fucking carton. But on dairy we do, and this is how tariffs are supposed to work. So American dairy actually is tax-free. There's not a 200% tariff. In fact, you guys, there's a threshold of how much you can send. So up to a certain quantity, it's absolutely free. If you go above that, anything above that gets a 200% tariff. And that is just a protectionism thing, so the market isn't flooded by a foreign product. You have your spot on the shelf, and then we have the Canadian products, right? And to be honest with you, how far do you think milk travels? Like, we're talking just across the border. And at best of my knowledge, and I'm not an expert on this, but I looked into this, the U.S. has never once been charged this tariff. They've never exceeded, I guess the boundary is so ridiculous, the ceiling on this thing, that you guys have never paid a cent on this. So just to clear up this, and I know it's thrown out in the news, there's a 250% tariff on this and that. It never happens. On the flip side, in our trade deal, America has a $56 billion surplus in energy exchange. Just think about that for a sec. But I just want to clear that up. There is not a 200% tariff on milk and shit that is being paid.
Tariffs. But they're going to bitch because Trump wants to put a 50% tariff on our shit going in? No. They have no right to bitch. To rousing applause, Carney added, "We didn't ask for this fight, but Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves." So,
and again, Trump is not putting a tariff on things going in. Okay? It gets a little confusing now. When Ontario was briefly putting the surcharge on electricity, that's a tax that we collect going in. But Trump is putting a tariff on goods coming from Canada to inflate the prices of those goods, so people are kind of forced to use alternatives. The problem is, in many cases, there aren't alternatives, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
So the Americans, they should make no mistake, and trade is in hockey, Canada will win. Well, now, wait a minute. Canada ain't always won. Canada has not always won, even in hockey. Trump's trade war boosts Carney's popularity. President Donald Trump's tariffs and controversial comments about Canada becoming a 51st state likely played a role in Carney's win and could help his party, which was struggling against the conservatives in the polls, just 2 months ago, hold on to power in the next general election. Canadians are really feeling angry and hurt. Canada feels so disrespected in this relationship right now. Jamie Trones, Trones, really? Does that sound Canadian to you? Anyway, the executive director of the Center for North American Prosperity and Security.
What? Wait, what? What's a Canadian sounding last name? Since we're a multicultural society, what, like Patel? Was that a Canadian last name? What? It's probably French, actually, looking at the spelling of it, which is very Canadian.
Show of hands. Anybody ever heard of that fucking institution before I just said it? Yeah, no, I'm sure you haven't. Even if you're a Canadian. Why? Because I think they make this shit up. I think they just make up something and stick a whole bunch of federal employees in there and call it a day. I really do. Because I mean, half of this shit, we're waste, fraud, and management for such and such. And it's like, I never heard of you before. When did this happen? When was it a thing, you know? And it doesn't matter what country you're in either, by the way. This has led to a resurgent nationalism, which is something that we haven't seen the likes of in a long time in Canada, that has really benefited the Liberal Party. No, okay, stop. How in the hell does nationalism, which is a conservative thing, benefit the uber liberal party in Canada? How does that work? How the hell does that work? Anybody at all? How does that work? How does something that is a conservative thing, nationalism?
Because let me explain. The Liberal Party, with Justin Trudeau at the head of it, has been in power for 10 years, right? Which is a pretty good run. So whether you like the guy or not, everything has a shelf life, right? So people were just getting bored of this government, and I mean, some people had some legit criticisms of it as well. And the Conservatives were getting more popular, basically just because they weren't Trudeau. So the Liberal Party made a decision, talked to Justin Trudeau. He stepped down, not to run again. He's won 3 elections. There you go. Like, it's time to, go off into the sunset. We don't need you around anymore. So they voted a new person in, and the person who won just happens to be an economics expert. Wow, what a concept when you're in the middle of a trade war. This restored confidence in the Liberal Party, and considering what Trump is doing, forcing us into a trade war, probably getting an economics expert as the head of your party to run for the federal leader is a good idea, and the polls seem to agree. That's what's going on in Canada, folks. I know it's very hard to wrap your head around. Take a moment.
Benefit an uber leftist liberal party. How does that work? Because it makes no sense to me. Unless the whole damn thing is rigged from the beginning. Which it is, apparently. Apparently the whole thing was rigged from the beginning. But now I believe somebody, let me check. Let me check my thing here, because I think somebody was saying that yeah, I'm muted. Restart, no audio. Yeah, I got my audio working. Yeah, I rambled on there for a little bit though, didn't I? Oh well, it's all good. Anyways, let me see here. Let me check my archives here, because I saved something. Okay, yeah, and did not call for a Canada-wide election. Did not call for a Canada-wide election. So is he even legit? Maybe not. Maybe not. That's interesting. Now that's interesting. That's one of those things that makes you wonder, huh? Because that's not, how's that? How can you represent the Canadian people if it isn't a Canada-wide election? And this is the Prime Minister we're talking about here. We're not talking about dog catcher. We're talking about the Prime Minister of the whole country. But yet it wasn't a Canada-wide election, really? See, that's not right. And like they say in this very article, conservatives were winning. So what the fuck happened? Well, the House of Rothschild happened. Like I said, if there's any doubt that the House of Rothschild owns Canada, you can throw that out the window right now, because they clearly do. There's no question that they do. Carney's election makes him only the second prime minister in Canadian history without a seat in Parliament. While there is no rule against this, President suggests Carney will call federal elections soon after being sworn in as prime minister, where he will face off with conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. Poilievre. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. As the Liberal Party's popularity continues to surge. Really? That's not what I was told. In the polls, many Canadians see Carney as a steady diplomatic globalist. Who know now? Stop right fucking there. How can you be a globalist and a nationalist at the same time? You can't. They are literally the polar fucking opposites.
He's a global economics expert, Vaughn. That doesn't mean that he's not going to look out for his own concerns, right?
Again, this motherfucker was installed like a toilet. Okay? He was installed. Just like that Jew in Mexico. That female El Presidente in Mexico. She was installed like a toilet. Catholic nation. And yet a Jew gets in there? How? How does that work? I can't stand my curiosity anymore. I've got to do it. I got to see what this dude's about. Let's see this shit. Let's see what this.
He's a Jew.
Shall we? Just for shits and giggles.
He's a Catholic Jew, folks. I can see it already.
Meet Mark Carney. Let's do that. Yeah, let's meet this guy. Not like that, though. Meet Mark Carney, the former central banker, elected to replace Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the thick of a tariff talk. Liberal. Yeah. See you. Harvard graduate. Okay, so silver spoon. Former Goldman Sachs banker. Headed 2 central banks. Yay! Well, that's gonna really stir your patriotism, right? Working for non-Canadians over in Europe. How does it?
Well, Vaughn should understand, as a member of the Commonwealth, that Mark Carney could work for England. That's how he got the job. Because we're part of the Commonwealth, Vaughn. Just like Kentucky.
Even
in Pennsylvania, apparently.
To represent you, if he's working for the Europeans. How could you sit there and look me in the face and say this man represents you? How can you do that? Well, you can't. Well, let's go. Mark Carney, former governor of Canada and England's central banks, is expected to replace Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau just as the country faces a chapter of uncertainty uncertainty? You were getting 200% tariffs off of our money, off of the United States. 200% on eggs, 200% on milk. Those are verified, by the way. And we weren't charging you any tariffs.
That's not true.
And so now Trump wants to put 50.
There's tariffs and taxes all the time. But again, this is the deal that Donald Trump agreed to. And as far as I'm aware, no United States product has ever paid 200% tariffs on any of their products. They've never sent that volume. It's free, Vaughn, you idiot.
50% on there and y'all lose your minds? Really? Really? Give me a break, man. The Harvard graduate and former Goldman Sachs banker was elected as leader of Canada's ruling Liberal Party on Sunday. Just out of nowhere? Let me read that again. That's very interesting. The Harvard graduate and former Goldman Sachs banker was elected as the leader of Canada's ruling party on Sunday. On Sunday. Well, fuck me. That's... they're either talking about yesterday or day before yesterday, or a week before yesterday, I mean. So it was either this past Sunday, yesterday, or it was the Sunday before.
Who cares?
Does that seem odd to you?
Well, no, it's going to happen at some point. That's when they announced it. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be on your news. A little bit it was on CNN and stuff, but up here, I mean, there was the French debates, the English debates. You know, the voting was like, I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I can't remember, it was days before. Sunday is just when they announced. It was Sunday afternoon they announced the winner. But this wasn't like a shadow fucking swap that no one knew about up here. Like, obviously in Canadian news, it was all over the place. Like, this wasn't a shock. And most people projected that Carney was going to win, so.
That the person they chose was just immediately just thrust in there at the last second? That doesn't raise some eyebrows over there in Canada? Up there in Canada, I mean. Because it would me. I'd be like, wait a minute. We threw this guy in there at the last second. What the hell? I'm telling you. You guys are in deep shit. You just don't know it. Until then, the country will have to navigate Trump's 25%. Oh, excuse me, 25. I said 50. Holy shit. It's only half of what I said. Oh my God, 25% when you're charging us 200%. Which he imposed on March the 4th, but delayed until April the 2nd. Yeah, it's March. It's only the 10th of March. The Ides of March. The tariff turnaround combined with Trump's comments on making Canada the 51st state, which is ridiculous because Canada would not be the 51st state. That's ridiculous talk. If Canada was to be absorbed by the United States, it would be the next 10 states because of the 10 Canadian provinces.
Now, I know when Vaughn put his head down and says that was ridiculous, you thought there was going to be a moment of clarity. But he thinks it's ridiculous because of the count. It wouldn't be technically the 51st. It would be divided up. And by the way, Vaughn, it's 10 provinces and there's 3 territories, so it's actually 13. But again, you're a fucking moron. So,
all of which have their own unique culture, lifestyle, beliefs, etc., etc. Mostly French fur traders. That's true. But there's a lot of,
that's right.
A lot of stuff going on.
Many are French fur traders, folks, from the fucking 1860s, trading beaver pelts at the trading post.
Through history and whatever. Carney referenced Canada's relationship with the U.S. during his victory speech on Sunday. I know that these are dark days. Oh my God! It's the United States has imposed a 25% tariff on it. We're in dark days, folks. Holy shit. Lay it on thick with a paintbrush, man. Just put it on there thick, like with a fucking roller. Yeah. Brought on by a country we can no longer trust? What? We're putting a 25% tariff on stuff when you're charging us 200% tariff? Really?
Again, Vaughn's an idiot. Vaughn's a complete idiot. He just read the comments where it's like these very thinly veiled threats of annexing us, which I mean, I don't think it's going to come to that, but I mean, nonetheless, right? And he's just surprised. What?
Carney's financial sector background. Oh boy, this should be interesting. Carney has never held political office, but has a deep history in the financial sector. Well, I imagine he does. He was born in Fort Smith in the Northwest Territories and graduated from Harvard, where he played ice hockey. He spent 13 years at Goldman Sachs working at the investment bank's offices in London, Tokyo, New York, and Toronto. That boy gets around. Carney led 2 central banks at pivotal moments. Wasn't that just ducky? After leaving Goldman Sachs in 2003, Carney served as deputy governor of the Bank of Canada. He was made governor in 2008 at the start of the global financial crisis. Which one? Which one? Anyway, he was the first non-British governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020, where he guided the bank's response to Brexit. Since leaving the Bank of England, Bank of England, Carney has held a mix of commercial and international roles. He was appointed vice chair of the Brookfield Asset Management in 2020 and was made chair after the division was spun out as a new company in 2022. Show of hands, anybody ever heard of the Brookfield Asset Management? Anybody? See, I'm telling you, man, there's all these stupid little things that you never even heard of. It's all been working behind the scenes. To your benefit? Fuck no. To their benefit. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it's to their benefit, not yours. In 2021, Carney became a board member of Stripe. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't Odyssey say they were having a problem with Stripe? Could it be the reason Odyssey was having a problem with Stripe is because Stripe had got a new boss in 2021 by the name of Mr. Carney? Ah, the pieces of the puzzle are starting together now, aren't they? Yes, they are.
What? I don't even... Folks, listen. See, I almost tipped over the edge. And I would have been dropped in the shit abyss right there. I had to catch myself. Folks, it's a very dangerous place to be.
Isn't that interesting? And Odyssey happens to be the platform we're speaking from right now. Isn't that interesting? A digital payments company. He was named as the chair of Bloomberg's board.
Bloomberg?
In 2023.
Just wait till he reads the stuff below about the UN. He's going to fucking lose his shit.
So this guy was actually one of the sitting members of Bloomberg. This is on top of his work with international organizations. Before he left the Bank of England, Carney was appointed UN Special Envoy on Climate Action and Finance in 2019. In 2021, Carney launched the Glasgow Financial Alliance for Net Zero, a global climate finance coalition. Anybody heard of that one? See, they make these things, shove them full of globalists and government people, and you don't even know they're fucking operating. You don't even know they exist. You know, I guarantee I can rattle up a whole bunch of this shit, and you'd be like, what the fuck? I never even heard half of that. Guaranteed. And it doesn't matter what country you're in either. That's the fun part about it. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You got all these things set up behind your back without you voting on it, by the way. You don't even know it. You don't even have a clue. In January, Carney said that while announcing his leadership bid for the Liberal Party, that he had resigned from all his commercial and internet roles. Well, we're going to believe him, right? Okay. What do you think about Trump's tariff threats? It ain't a threat. It's not a threat. If you're charging us 200% tariffs and we charge you back 25%, that's not a threat. Anyway, see how they play word salad on people?
Americans don't pay. Just one more time. It was to do with fentanyl. And as far as I've heard, again, I'm not in the know of that kind of stuff, but since January, Canada has confiscated under an ounce of fentanyl crossing the border. Now, comparably, last week of February, first week of March alone, Canada sees 640 kilos of sweet, sweet cocaine coming up from our southern brethren. I'm just throwing out that out there. And the reason I bring it up is because Vaughn is an idiot, and that originally had nothing to do with any of this. So this is not like retaliatory. I mean, it kind of, if that's the case, then it's Trump retaliating to a deal that Trump made. I'm just saying. I don't have to explain this to you people, but just to Vaughn. Just if you're Vaughn Helton, if you're listening, and I know you are. I wonder if you got the toothpaste and toothbrush yet. I don't know.
People, see how they manipulate your mind? If Canada is charging 200% on eggs and we charge them 25% back, that's not a threat. And it surely isn't the end of the world like they said earlier. I mean, they implied it was the end of the damn world. And that, oh my God, we can't trust America no more because they want to put a 25% tariff over top of our 200% tariff. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. We'll get right on that, right? Yeah. All right. Carney didn't hold back on Trump's tariff threats. At times, he spoke as though he were facing off against the American president rather than his expected opponent, Pierre Poilievre, the leader of Canada's Conservative Party. And by the way, somebody sent me something a while back showing where the Conservative Party was literally walking away with this shit. So where the fuck did he come from and how did he win? Oh, well, that's a good point, isn't it? I mean, what was shown to me was that
how he won again. How he won was because it was the Liberal Party race for their leader. They were all liberals. It was going to be a liberal that won. Poilievre does not run in the Liberal Party election. He runs in the federal election because he's been voted leader of their party. And just like if he had to step down, someone would temporarily get voted in, and then there would be a general election. This is how it works here. It's
absolute massive majority of the Canadian people. And now this uber liberal, this globalist, this banker gets in there. All you motherfuckers that refuse to listen to me when I told you that the globalists have control of these countries on earth and that you'll be hell getting rid of them. Now, Iceland successfully got rid of theirs. And I think the Netherlands got rid of their central bank, too. Unfortunately, Muammar Gaddafi was killed because he refused to have a Rothschild bank in his country of Libya. Anybody remember that? Yeah, they killed him. They literally killed him because he refused to have a central bank and he refused to get off the gold standard. And so they killed his ass. And they got America to do it. Wasn't that just ducky? So America literally has the blood of Muammar Gaddafi on their hands. Now, I'm certainly no lover of Islam. And Muammar Gaddafi was, at least at one point, a dictator. But, you know, he loved his people. He loved his people, and he wanted his people to prosper. And he hated the bankers. He hated the globalist bankers. And so the globalists got America to kill his ass. And that's something that that America's going to have to live with for the rest of our existence. Is that we killed somebody that didn't fucking deserve it. And we did so at the behest of non-American globalists. It's going to be that's going to be a tough thing to live down. Carney threatened to impose dollar for dollar tariffs that would have maximum impact in the United States. What? Okay. Let's do this again. You're charging us 200%. We charge you back 25%. How can it be dollar for dollar? How is that dollar per dollar? Oh man, this is just wonderful. My government will keep our tariffs on until Americans show us respect. My God, show us respect. And until they can join us in making credible and reliable commitments, free and fair trade. Well, wait a minute, hold on. How is it free and fair trade if you're charging us 200%? And up until Trump got in office, we weren't charging you any tariff at all, nothing. If you're charging us 200 tariff, And that's supposed to be free fair trade, really? Okay. He's attacking Canadian families and workers and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. Okay. Well, what is your 200% tariff doing to our families and our businesses? Yeah, give me a break. Kabuki theater and word salad. All right, Business Insider. That's Business Insider. It's just the title there. That's actually from Business Insider, right here. These guys. So, okay, so up until like a week or 2 weeks, the Conservative Party in Canada was winning by a massive landslide. But then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they're not. And they even say he won by a landslide. Not the Conservative Party, he won by a landslide. Wait a minute, wait just a second. How does that work? How does that work? If all up until this point, conservatives were making inroads and taking ground, and all of a sudden he wins by a landslide. No. You don't have many voting machines up there by any chance, do you? I'm just asking for a friend. You know, what the hell, man?
Again. This is the shit abyss, right?
Liberal. Yes, okay. Former central banker. Oh my God. Well, surely there ain't gonna be a problem there, right? Right? Former central banker. Well, Von Helden, by God, the elites don't own Canada. Yeah, really? Really? Surprise, motherfucker. They not only own you, they control you. Lock, stock, and smoking barrel. By the way, how's them evil guns coming? Oh, wait. You ain't got none. Anyway, 3 minutes read. Actually, I think it's been longer than that. I think it's been a little longer than 3 minutes. Just a little bit. Wow. So a globalist banker who was losing all up until this time, until like the last couple of weeks or so, and now he wins by landslide? Are you serious? I mean, are you really serious now? Okay.
Alice Fund. There's a Vangelic number. 777 days to go, folks. Make my dreams come true. Let's drain that lake. You know what Vaughn says about 777? Just saying.
Nuts. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. I was going to check and see if I got to find out, right? I just got to. Okay, Mark Kearney. Doop, 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 doop. Co-pilot, talk to me, co-pilot. I just got to find out. There is no publicly available information about his religious beliefs. Well, isn't that interesting? And they've got their sources here: AOL, Time, MSN, ABC News, Wikipedia, CBS News, Al Jazeera even. They even pulled Al Jazeera. Nobody knows what religion this motherfucker is. That's interesting. Don't you find that a bit odd? I mean, if he was an atheist, wouldn't it say he's an atheist? Because I know somebody will say, well, obviously he doesn't have one if he's an atheist.
He was a private citizen right up until recently. And my guess, as being a Canadian, folks, is that if he was raised in the Northwest Territories, I don't think there's a high Jewish population up there. I think it's pretty safe to say.
Yeah, but it doesn't say atheist either. It doesn't say he's an atheist either. So, I mean, why is it that nobody has any religious information about this guy? Maybe they're getting ready to spring that shit on you. What do you want me to say, guys? I technically could call this and I was right, but I'm not going to. But I technically could. Because I was. Everybody poo-pooed the idea that Canada was owned by the Rothschilds. Well, guess what? Baum was right. Y'all were wrong. Suck it up, Buttercup. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people owe me an apology, but I know I won't get one, so screw it. So according to Bing, at least, there is no information on this man's religious beliefs. You know what that tells me? It tells me he is a Jew. Because if he was anything else, seems like it'd be posted, wouldn't it? And if he was an atheist, it'd be posted. But that's not what it says, boys and girls. That's not what it says. No publicly available information about his religious beliefs or background. That's what Bing's saying. So, what do you want me to say, man? I mean, you got played. You got played again. You got played again. And like I said, I ain't got no room to talk because we got played down here too. You know, we got played down here too. So I ain't got no room to talk. But it's just, you know, the only thing I can suggest is, you know, may the gods and goddesses bring the destroyer and bring him quick, him, her, it, bring him quick, because obviously none of us are in control of our countries. You think it's just Canada or just America? No, I guarantee it isn't. Guarantee it's far more than just that. You know, and this is interesting. I mean, like I said, 5% of the population has somehow got control of America, Canada, Mexico, and all the surrounding area. Now, how can that be? How can that be, folks? Google the CEO of Warner Brothers. Google the CEO of Paramount. Google the CEO of GM or Chrysler or Ford or any of these motherfuckers. How does that work? Because they have an agenda. And the agenda doesn't include you, by the way. Like Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. And that's just the way it is, man. Now, I have something else, by the way. that I grabbed. Hopefully I grabbed it. I think I grabbed it. I'm going to make sure. See if I did. Let me see here. See if I grabbed it. Oh, Carol, I'm such a fool. Okay, it's not there. So let me see if it's over in the other one. You would have thought it would have been there. No. Nope. So let's try another folder. So I think I saved it. I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. I just showed you where Bing says they can't find the religious proclivities of this individual, but yet he's hanging out with Epstein. Because this, okay, it's a little hard to see, but well, no, that ain't him. Never mind. I thought that was Epstein's nose there for a minute, but it ain't. But anyway, there is Ghislaine Maxwell, and he's hanging out with her. So makes you wonder if he is indeed a Jew. Name the Jew. Okay, I will. There he is. Canada's new prime minister is friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. Now what, Canada? Boy, are you in deep shit. Boy, are you in deep shit. Canada's new prime minister is friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. Now what? Was Von Helton right or what, folks? Can I cook or what? Have I been consistently right or what? Yes, I have. What does this spell for Canada? Well, that's a good question, but it can't be good. Canada's new prime minister is friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, what could possibly go wrong with that, right? Right, guys? What could possibly go wrong with that? Huh? Come on now. Don't shout me down when I'm preaching good. What could possibly go wrong with that? Y'all are in deep shit, man. You know it? You just are, man. Y'all are in deep shit. You don't even know.
Let's put that back.
What? Yes, I have. Y'all are in...
I just want to see this picture. First of all...
Y'all are in...
Sorry, I'm eating chips here, folks. First of all, I have no idea. It looks like it's just a picture of them standing side by side in a public event. So I think friends is a bit of a stretch. And secondly, I'm not even sure that's her. Can anyone... I mean, it's a brunette, short-haired chick. Could be his wife or something. Like, I don't think it really looks like her when I get... But I mean, I've never really studied her either. But can anyone confirm? Is that even her? Is it just a joke post? There is an LOL at the end. Like, what?
Deep shit, man. You know? You just are, man. Y'all are in deep shit. You don't even know it. Snuck this shit in at the last second. With the Conservative Party winning by a landslide, at least that's what I was shown. And now all of a sudden he's, well, installed like a toilet. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, folks? Huh? Boom. Stick a fork in it. Canada's done. Maybe you all really should consider being the next 10 states of the United States. I mean, it can't be no worse than what just happened to you. A globalist affiliated with the House of Rothschild and Epstein, and Epstein is now your prime minister. Oh boy, well, gee, what could go wrong? Oh man, y'all are fucked. I'm just really, yeah, wow. I don't know what to tell you guys. If any of you up there believe in a deity of some kind, I prefer you all join freedom religion and believe in the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. But at this point, if you believe in any deity, it might be a good idea to be reaching out to said deity and saying, hey man, what the fuck's going on here? Because y'all in deep shit. Whether you realize it or not, you are in some really deep shit, Canada. Because that motherfucker was not winning. Not according to the stats I looked at. The stats I looked at showed the Conservative Party here and a bunch of other parties there. And the Conservative Party had more than all the other parties combined. But yet they suddenly lose to an uber liberal leftist that is a central banker and tied with the House of Rothschild and with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. And you all can't see that you just got played like a fucking fiddle? Wow. I don't know what to tell you. I don't. But I do know it's 1 hour. So I'm going to get out of here and win. But damn, that's messed up. That's totally messed up, y'all. Anyway, seek out the gods and goddesses of freedom religion because they like to fix broken things. And boy, Canada is broken. Y'all are totally broken at this point. The globalists have you deep, firmly in their grip. And the only thing that's going to get you out is the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. I guarantee you that shit. Do you think these globalists are afraid of the Christian God or the Jewish God or the Muslim God? No. No, they're not. Gee, I wonder why. Think, people. Use your brain. Why aren't these globalist fucks afraid of the Christian God, the Muslim God, or the Jewish God? Why? Think, people. Use your brain for something besides a goddamn hat rack. All right, and think. It's not that hard to figure out. Why do you think that, people more and more are starting to talk about? I just read a report just the other day. They're trying to kill our butterflies. I gave the link to a confidant of mine over on True Social. Now, why do you think the globalist motherfuckers are trying to kill butterflies? Oh, Bon, you're exaggerating. Okay, fine. I'll get the link and I'll show it to you. I'll get the fucking link. I'll show it to you. Hang on. Let me get the link. I'll show it to you. Why are they killing our butterflies? Why? Think, man. Use your brain, okay? Just use your goddamn brain. Get over here. Let me zoom it in. And this is from the Weather Channel. So y'all can't say shit. Ain't from no conspiracy theory website. This is from the goddamn Weather Channel saying this shit. How can that be, folks? Look here. Weather Channel right here. See that? Weather Channel. 22% gone. America's butterfly crisis. Everyone loves the sight of a beautiful butterfly landing softly on their backyard plants, but a new study, and it's truncated, but I know it's going to say a new study shows that, they're on the decline. So there's literally, look at this, March 7, 2025. This is current, folks. 22% gone. America's butterfly crisis. Okay, so riddle me this, Batman. Why is there now why are the globalists now attacking butterflies? Why are they attacking butterflies? Come on, people. Use your goddamn brains. Open up your fucking mind and use your brain and say, why are they attacking butterflies? Could it be They don't want the butterfly prophecy to happen. Could that possibly be the fucking reason? Come on, man. Use your brain this morning. I realize it's 4 o'clock now. 4 o'clock in the morning. I get it. It's early in the morning. Real early for people in California. Actually, it would be late at night still in California because they're, 4 or 5 hours? Something like that. Anyway, whatever. It's late. And I realize a lot of people are, slow on the uptake when it's that late. But anyway, why are the globalists attacking butterflies? Come on, people. Could it be because of the butterfly prophecy? Of course it is. Of course it is. What else could it be? What else could it be that they're targeting butterflies? That is probably the most innocent, the most non-dangerous bug on the planet. Butterflies have no diseases. Butterflies are not dangerous to animals, plants, or humans. And they're being targeted. Why? Why? Because of the goddamn butterfly prophecy, and you fucking know it, people. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, and listen, and take this shit in and understand what's going on. They're attacking butterflies for a reason. And that's because of the butterfly prophecy. That's the only thing it can be. It's the only thing it can be. What else? What other excuse is there? What other reasoning is there to go after, to specifically go after butterflies? What could there be? You tell me. Come on, you geniuses out there. Yeah, I'm so much smarter than that evil Von Helm guy. Okay, explain to me why they're targeting butterflies then. Out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, they start targeting butterflies. Could it be because of the butterfly prophecy? Huh? You reckon? Y'all better be praying to the gods and goddesses of freedom religion and have them deliver this nation and Canada, by the way, and China, and maybe even Mexico, if they want. The people have to want to be liberated, though. That's the thing. Now, the people in China are all for that shit because they're under communism. They want to be lifted out of that. I've had numerous Chinese people message me. Hey, is the gods and goddesses of freedom religion going to liberate China and put us back to a republic? I said, I see no reason why not. I see no reason why not. Because you all were a republic before World War II, and so it stands to reason that you're broken and you need to be fixed. So, yeah, sure, why not? I see no reason why they wouldn't. But here we are, right in your face. In your face. Okay? You're not going to be able to spin this one, trolls and haters. You're not going to be able to spin this one, naysayers. You're not going to be able to spin this one, globalist fucks and talking heads. You're not going to be able to spin this one. Where the fuck did this come? Just literally out of nowhere. We're going after butterflies. We're going to wipe out the fucking butterflies. Why? Why? You know why. So do I. We know exactly why, don't we? Absolutely we fucking do. We know why. It's time to stop being children and be adults, right? Time to put away the toys and start concentrating on being an adult and realizing, okay, if these motherfucking globalist pieces of shit are going after butterflies, then that means the goddamn butterfly prophecy is real, right? Yes, of course. That's the only conclusion you can reach. I told you. I warned you. I tell the truth. I don't need to get on here and lie to you because the real world is plenty fucked up enough as it is. I don't need to embellish anything. I don't need to make anything up because the real world is really fucked up, bad. I don't need to make up shit. So when I get on here and I tell you a thing, you can take it to the bank. And now here we got the globalists literally going after butterflies. This is not a game anymore. This is not a joke anymore. This is not one damn bit funny. Now, I know them trolls and haters and terrorists and whatever, all them bullshitters over on YouTube, they're going to try to make light of this. They're going to try, oh, yeah, he thinks the globalists are going after butterfly. Okay, well, how do you explain this? How do you explain it? I mean, there it is in black and white. Well, actually, white with color background. But anyway, I mean, there it is. This ain't a joke anymore. It ain't a game anymore. There is one answer to the world's problems, and that is freedom religion. The gods and goddesses of freedom religion are the answer. The globalists are not worried about the Christian God. They're not worried about the Jewish God. They're not worried about the Muslim God. Because if they were, there would be evidence of that. And there's not. Now, they've got them fighting amongst themselves, though, pretty damn good, don't they? Jews killing Muslims, Muslims killing Christians. The only ones that ain't killing seems to be the Christians. Christians just lay there and take it. And the Muslims and the Jews killing each other, and they're both killing the Christians in one form or another. But I mean, there it is in your face. What now? What now, genius? It's right there in your face. Freedom religion is the answer. It's always been the answer. They told me, I'm sitting there like, would you gonna let Christianity kill my ass again? They would say, yeah, until I registered up here that you need to get the fuck out. Because they won't go against your free will, see? They won't. You have to want change. You have to want to get out of this morass that we're in. Otherwise, you ain't gonna get out. You'll be stuck there forever. You got to want out of this shit. This is why they made me their mouthpiece. Crazy old fool coot me. You know, I'm like, dude, I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm highly opinionated. I've got haters all over the world, all over the internet. And they said, you're exactly what we want. I'm like, what? What? You could have got somebody that was better, younger, better looking, you know, got money, you know, well-to-do. That's not who they picked. They picked my happy ass. So you better be listening to me. You better pay attention, damn it. Because this is, you know, seriously, I mean, how do you explain this? Come on, you atheists especially. How do you explain this one? You going to try to sweep this under the rug, are you? Yeah, good luck with that shit. Because anybody with a functioning brain has said, wait a minute, if the globalists are going after the butterflies, then that means the goddamn butterfly prophecy is real. It has to be. That's the only answer. That is the only fucking answer that it can be. Right? Yeah. Absolutely. So there we are, folks. Plain as day. Right in your face. Literally in your face. There is no doubt now. There is no spin in this one. All right. Anyway, I went way over an hour. So I'm going to get out of here and went. Canada, you're in deep shit. You better be getting on the horn with the freedom religion and the gods and goddesses thereof and get them, hey, we're broken down here. Fix our shit. Because they're the only ones that can. The only ones that can, man. All right. Anyway, that's it. I've rambled on enough. Y'all have a pleasant day and better tomorrow. Bye.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you like eating chicken? Do you like eating butthole? Yeah! Then bring your happy ass to Clancy's Fried Chicken Butthole Emporium Unlimited. Yeehaw!
100% chicken butthole.
Woo. That's right, folks. We got big chicken buttholes, little chicken buttholes, moist chicken buttholes, and coming soon to the chicken butthole family, Beef Jack. We got buttholes so good you'll be licking that shit right off your damn fingers. Woo! Clancy's Fried Chicken Butthole Emporium Unlimited. Come get your butthole. Yeehaw!
There's a watermelon. I hit record, and there's watermelon. I hit record right at 3:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the great state, a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? This is Revelation News. JWE, Jason William Egroff, an actual Reverend, not a fake one. I have proof from the most official source on the planet when it comes to institutionalized Christianity, and that is the Roman Catholic Church, that I am Reverend Father Jason Egroff. And I don't care, that's my address. I don't give a shit because everybody already has it. We've been doxxed 15 million times. Reverend Father Jason Egroff. I'm going to keep that out, actually. Okay, so when you see the book out like this, you might have something to worry about, or you're going to be blessed. The fact of the matter is that we have a little funny person on the internet that thinks that she can change her name to Miriam and do some kind of impersonation of the Messiah's mother. I think that's really weird and twisted Catholic weirdness. Like some person of Opus Dei might try to do something like that. We're dealing with a highly unstable, weird woman here. And yes, I'm referring to Foodie Beauty, whose name is Chantal Marie Sarraute. That's your real name. I am here from the Lord Jesus Christ. I am a Reverend Father, as I just proved. I'm here to point out someone in a community on YouTube, because that's where I am. I'm a YouTuber. And I have been since August of 2012. Okay. Actually, it's before that, because I had an account to promote my book, and I changed it into Revelation News. So I go back to about, November of 2011. Something like that. Because I tried to organize a Twitter campaign to talk about 9/11 being an inside job. So we're moving on. I'm here to talk about Foodie Beauty. You know why? Because she wants to act, cosplay, LARP, live action role play, a pious Muslim by the name of Miriam. I'm going to jack my microphone a little bit more. For effect. Right, folks? Whoa, that's way too hot. Sorry. Down 2. Sorry. That's too hot. But see, that's the Spirit of God right now. I got Channy in the ear, because it's like when Moses had to be really loud, God gave him that, to be loud. We have a situation with an individual in a community on YouTube by the name of Foodie Beauty. She cosplays being a Muslim in Kuwait with a Muslim man that I won't attack him in any way on his faith, but I would say he's very much in sin, because there's another member of this community by the name of Kai Bella that was a beezer, meaning she was one of the, let's say, Foodie Beauty supporters, okay? And this beautiful husband of Chantal Marie Sarraute went to this little Christian girl, Western girl, and had horrible, disgusting text messages and visual images sent to her, and I don't know what she sent to him, probably nothing, because her entire mission was to expose the fact that Salah is not exactly the husband that you think he is. And we learned a lot about him. Stuff that he needs to get out of his spirit immediately if he is a good Muslim man. Because the things that you want to do to women, Salah, is of Satan. You can't have that in your heart and at the same time love the Creator whose name to you is Allah, and to me is Jesus or Yeshua. If you are a good Muslim man, you actually respect women. You would follow the teachings of your hadiths. And yeah, there's some bad stuff with women. Islam needs to come to grips with a certain thing called discrimination and unjust weights and measures in law, unproportioned, unjust weights and measures in their religion when it comes to women. And I'll leave it at that. It's very bizarre to have a culture that all of their women have to wear black in the scorching heat, and all of the men, what? They're dressed in white. Wow. If that's not clear oppression of women, I don't know what the fuck is. You got to get that out. Here we go, folks. Now, I was going to do this in a way where I had all these videos up and receipts and evidence and all this shit. I've decided to not do that at all and have all my own content and rant and rave at you. Why? Because it's all right at my brainstem and I'm feeling really good today. Happy anniversary to myself and my beautiful girl Shani. Been 7 years. Amazing. The best 7 years of my life. Why? Because I know now what it's like to have a companion in life, not just a mom. And I'm not saying I'm comparing it to my mom, but that's my prior reference because I stayed with my mom until her death to take care of her through cancer for 3 years. Shannon is a good woman on the level of my mother, and that's what Freud meant when he said, yeah, you're going to look at someone like your mother. It's not that you want to fuck your mother, it's that your mother was a good person. If your mother was a good person, you will seek a woman as a male like your mommy. That's not incest. That's just, she was a good woman. So you want a good woman as your wife, of course. So anyway, Foodie Beauty has recently wanted to act like she knows exactly everything that it says in the Quran and the Hadiths about Islamic culture and behavior and how to judge. This woman has admitted that she has never and does not read the Quran. Shani and I, a few months ago, actually took the time, during the time of October 7th, horrible shit going on in Palestine where it's genocide, and Bibi Netanyahu should be in cuffs in the before the ICC, International Criminal Court. That aside, it was during that time, and incredibly, I lost my train of thought. I'm going off on too many tangents that aren't relevant. We're going to return to exactly why I'm making this video. Number one, I want to say something to Goral World as a whole. Shani and I have made your content as a whole. Ooh, will you stay up there? That'd be cool. Will you? No? Maybe? Are you well balanced? Come on, got it. Yeah. Okay. To Goral World, I say this. It's uncomfortable. Why? Because we really like a lot of you guys. Yoshi's covered up. Sorry, Yoshi. Shout out to Jules Tells All. Yeah, go Subber. I got a question for you. Is there forgiveness in your heart, possibly? For real. My question to Goral World as a whole, in my treatise to you, is this. Is love enough? Can you forgive some fucked up stuff we may have done in the past? And no, I don't want to hear we have to forgive you for kicking your kid in the head, because that didn't happen. That never happened. The latest drama is, will you address the stuff that's found in your record? I will address it. Yes, there was a police report. There was absolutely no court. Nothing. I was not charged with anything. So, according to the public record, I am innocent. I was never charged. Case dismissed. There was no case. And I walked away. I have no warrants. I have nothing on my name. If you found the driving thing, fine. You found it. That's nothing. Lots of people go through this bullshit. I had no money. I am clean before Jesus Christ. I told you the highest drama right there of what's going on in my life. So can I judge righteously? I believe I can. Yes. I believe in Jesus Christ. I have abstained from everything that he wants me to abstain from, like pornography. That's basically my struggle, is alcohol and pornography. And I am clean of both. So to you, Chantal Marie Sorot, Foodie Beauty, I say this. Your name on YouTube should be Kafir Beauty. You have deliberately taken an instrument of a religion called the hijab and pissed and shit all over it. Literally and figuratively speaking. You are an abomination before the Lord, before Allah. You are an abomination, and you will be spit from his mouth. The real Lord, living God. Why? Because you have deliberately violated the tenets of the faith of Islam, which is a sacred faith within the Trinity of Abrahamic religions. You have been an abominable, disgusting display of gluttony, hate, and piss and vinegar. What you smell like, plus cheese and ass. Before God, you are naked in the balances of God and found severely wanting. And the only thing that can save you is the grace and mercy of the Messiah, Yeshua ben Yosef, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, is your only hope to get out of what you're in. And if you do repent and actually go to your knees for once, then and only then will you see the error of your own ways. Thus saith the Lord God Almighty. Amen. That's your last chance to Foodie Beauty, because you know what's chasing you in the tarot cards? The death card. You're about to meet him. You cannot stop your addictive eating, and you're never going to, and you will die of it. But Jesus Christ is a good father, and he will accept you if you come to your knees in repentance right now, naked before him, spiritually naked, and apologize to him for not seeing sooner. And you're in. You're good. I'm done with Foodie Beauty. Now I'm going to address Goral World. We seek forgiveness and love. Because, guys, we might have made some mistakes, but the mistakes we made were absolutely fabrications of the truth and twisted. My beautiful girl, Shani, has not ever lost her children, quote unquote. She willingly gave them to help them in life. It is the hardest decision that any loving mother, which she is, has to make. To help her children succeed, she has to put them in foster care so that they had a chance in life. Our EBT card would not cover just the cost of their food. And the fact is, we sacrificed for a few months at G-Man's house because we couldn't really feed ourselves. We had little bits of food, and they were eating everything, but we would do it again in a second because it's innocence and love with sons. Shannon is an exemplary mother. You don't know how, you will know on Judgment Day. So to Girl World, we seek forgiveness. Can you give it? Because we really have atoned for the shit that we've done by action. Peace and Maranatha, Shalom, in the name of Yeshua, the Messiah. Repent today.
Folks,
we'll be right back after these messages.
I want to take a little detour here for a second. A little impromptu. So I covered someone, Letitia is her name? Fucking love letters to TLC, or... Anyways, the weirdo chick that the cops did a welfare check on. So Lusty fed me this video. Apparently this is the arrest video. 6 days ago it was posted. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. Trigger warning just in general. We're in for some craziness, I guess. So let's go for it. Here we go.
Oh wow.
Folks.
Impressive. What's she doing? Okay. So I'm gonna give you one chance. Hey, quit that. We're not gonna lay on the floor and cry like a little kid. Huh?
You approach someone that is seizuring on the floor and has complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and you don't know.
Not when you're breaking the law. I don't care.
You don't know, you don't know who I am. You have to check my identification. You don't even know who I am. You just say.
Stand up. Stand up.
You can't listen to that guy because he's a rapist.
Okay, here's the deal. You're gonna stand up and do it my way.
You're not gonna tell me that you're superior to me. You don't know me. And what if,
I'll have to.
What if I were a federal agent and you are fucking...
I'm going to arrest you for it. You're still breaking the law.
I am a federal...
Okay.
I'm above the law?
No, you're not. You're saying you're above the law, but you're not.
Do you believe in God?
What's that? That's irrelevant.
Do you believe in God?
It's irrelevant.
Why would you get into a profession where you swore an oath to God and you are ungodly? You're a heathen.
I'm glad you know that.
Are you filthy and a pervert? You're not wearing gloves. If you touch me, you're going to taint my skin. How dare you talk over me like this?
All right, come on.
How dare you talk over me like this?
Come on.
How fucking dare you think that you're superior to me?
Come on.
How dare you?
That's how we're going to do this.
Oh, yeah. You're calling me. You fucking asshole. You rapist piece of shit. If you fucking own me, you'll get fired and you'll lose everything. Your house, your kids, everything. You fucking learn. You'll learn.
No, I'm going to try to get this bag off of her.
You fucking pussy ass little fucking whore bitch. You little pussy bitch. You're a fucking bitch. You're a little pussy ass bitch. You don't even know who the fuck it was. And you listen to a rapist. You're a fucking pussy. You're going to damage my property. Hey. My property. You're going to touch and fondle my things. There's a witness here, thank God, to witness your fucking cruelty. You are ungodly. You're a heathen and you shouldn't be in this profession, Mr. Smith.
Okay.
You, all the Smiths are now fucked. Ooh.
Wow.
I see white privilege. You're inbred. You are fucking inbred. And you think
okay. What's that?
Inbred. Fucking
yeah, we may cut it off.
Fucking
we'll wait till she gets out here.
Cut it off. The one thing I have, you're going to cut off my body? Oh, because you think...
Because you want to act like this.
I told you I was a federal agent. You didn't believe me. You wanted to believe him because they said some nonsense.
Come on, stand
She knows what the fucking rules are. And you just fucking damaged everyone saw. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. Fuck these guys. See, fuck them in the law. See him? Still violating my corpse.
Hey, would you be quiet?
Dead body.
Hey.
Violating offenses. Maximum security prison, I think.
Why don't you just be quiet?
Maximum security for both of them.
Hey, let me ask you. Hey, let me tell you this. Hey,
you saw me all night.
Do you have rights?
I wasn't acting like this until fucking rapist.
Hey, do you have rights?
I do, and you're...
Okay, then exercise your right to shut up.
Oh, I have the freedom of speech. That's my first constitutional freedom. Do you know the constitutional
Stand
right?
on your feet.
Do you know the...
Or I'm going to drag you out of here.
Oh, you know the constitutional rights. You know my rights.
All right, you know what?
Yeah.
You can stay here,
Did
too.
you read me the law? Did you read me my rights? You didn't read me the Miranda law, did you?
I don't have to.
Ah, you fucking...
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You're an idiot.
No, I don't.
Failed. You got fired and you lost everything. You're dead.
Oh, I know. I wish I could go home. I would love it.
Oh, rapist. See this rapist right here? This officer that robbed me of my freedom of speech?
What's that,
Because
144?
he took a superior position. Oh, finally, his filthy hands, not knowing his filthy DNA and
Copy.
fingerprints were everywhere. They watched you at your house.
What?
I'm sure they fucking get you. Dumbass.
Okay.
They were watching you at your house. They knew what you were watching, bitch. They knew. They caught you. I'm undercover underneath. Yeah, you believe so. Wait until they get here, bitch. Wait the fuck until they get here and they escort me off. They know how to fucking gently handle a situation. You don't. Judging everything before you even know. You were supposed to read me my Miranda rights. That is the real fucking law.
I don't have to.
You failed.
I don't have to.
Try again, bitch. You
I don't have to.
Do it all.
Let's drag her out of here. I'm done with her. She ain't gonna walk, so we're gonna drag her. The cuffs aren't tight, but aren't.
Oh, you didn't wear gloves. You didn't listen. You didn't read in my Miranda rights. You failed too.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but you failed.
All right. Well, then we'll do it this way.
Violating a corpse, felony offenses, maximum security prison, please. You only let them know, please. This is not the way to manage things. If they end up carting me off, they're going to end up learning their lesson.
Somebody else? No. Hey, can we get a wheelchair?
Yeah.
We'll pick her up, throw her in a wheelchair.
Use a wheelchair gently. After they forced me down without, I didn't do anything. You saw that. I wasn't doing anything wrong. They said from a record, a paper trail. Maybe
we're throwing her in a wheelchair and wheel her out.
Maybe they were telling
you. No, we're
you
dragging her car.
Maybe they watch you at your house. They know you don't deserve anything. They watch you at the gym. They watch you in the bathtub. They watch you when you're jacking off. Because you're perverts. And you raped everybody. And you raped your ancestors. Raped your fucking everybody.
Okay, turn.
Oh, you're going to violently bruise me. Leave bruises and marks all over my body. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. You're so nice.
Push, put her underneath her. Yep.
That fucking hurts, bitch. That fucking hurts. On my own property. You seriously don't believe shit. You will be fucked. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is a great show.
Yep.
Now I see what the rules are. These fuckers are not playing by the rules. They think they own everything.
We told you 10 minutes ago, if you responded back here, you were going to go to jail.
You said I brought our internet.
Yep.
And I was. The fuck? You left me. You didn't escort me off.
And you can go ahead and do it with disorderly, too.
No, I was homeless. Right, were you going to drag me off? In the freezing cold, I was what? You left our corpses everywhere. You don't deserve freedom. You don't deserve your speech. You don't deserve to touch anything. You maximum person.
We're going to that car.
Security for all of them.
She don't want to get back in this car.
Yeah, they just ruined my shoes. I think they're dragging me out. Oh.
All right, this is going to be real fun.
Yeah. Police brutality. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I'll get in peacefully. You fucked up hard. Yeah. That's enough. Give me my stuff, thank you. That was a great show. Oh, disrespect me. Wow.
Go.
You think, oh.
It may not come off of it because I got the cuffs on.
Oh, because you're a dumbass, because you didn't know I wasn't violent. You thought
just put her back in the car.
I'm seriously a federal agent, and if you don't believe me and give me my stuff.
Put your leg in.
Oh.
You didn't read my rights.
I don't think so.
Oh. You attacked me.
You alright, dude? We're going to charge her with that, too. You good?
Yeah.
Did she spit in your eye?
She spit in my whole face.
Okay,
let me go grab a wipe.
Yeah. Golly. I want you to spit bag in there. If they have a spit shield. Cause I didn't get that bag. I don't know what's in that bag. I didn't check it. Cause I didn't have any gloves on. I got some now out here. Oh. Y'all have a spit? What kind of spit mask y'all have? The one that goes on the head, the screen?
I'm not sure. I think it's just the one you, like the little paper one. Grab one.
I wonder who's over there.
115. That's not check, okay. Back in Nashville.
One check to 183.
I don't know. I've never been in this situation.
You want to call Sarge? Yeah, I know. I'm worried about where she hit you right there around your eye. That's what I'm worried about. Now, I wasn't even expecting that. That happened so quick. She was like, two, and then like laid down. I was like,
yeah, it happened pretty quick.
I'm trying to figure out where I've dealt with her at. I've dealt with her somewhere.
Yeah, we just told her not even 5 minutes ago. Like, hey, if you come back, you're gonna go to jail.
All right, well.
Well, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, she's getting a whole lot of stuff. She's getting disorderly assault and criminal trespass. She was in there cussing up a storm. So, well, I'm trying to find my little notepad here. Okay. All right. What's your name?
Matthew, M-A-T-T-H-E-W. Last name is spelled O, B as in boy, R-E-C-H-T.
E-C-H.
That's just about where I live.
Okay, what's that P.O. box number?
P.O. Box 981.
He's going to be the battery. He can go out there and help friend.
And then when Rios gets done, you know, you leave there, he needs to go to the PD, fill out his part of the paperwork, and Sergeant and everybody starts, and then he can go to the clinic. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, he didn't think about that, but I want to press upon him, but yeah. He said that you got to be careful with the family for me, so he has clear. All right. Yeah, they're making a job. Yeah.
She's not very happy.
Then we go buy some condoms. Red rat. Yeah. You don't know what to do with the Saran Wrap. What's that, what the hell is that movie? The Jamie Foxx.
Well, there we go. I guess, I mean, we could watch, but it's just him talking on to the dispatch or whatever. So, there we go. I mean, someone to watch this new cow. Love notes for TLC. I think I said love letters or something. And this channel, HRH. Seems to be keeping a finger on the pulse of the female crazies. Body cams 4. Oh, there's a little bit more. Let's watch this. Looks exciting. Let's let's see what happened in the.
You know, my heart was breaking. These people are evil. They were trying to cut my things off. I didn't do it. He said just a moment ago it was okay to come in duress. I was in duress, you saw. I was in desperate need of God. Help save me. God save me, please. These people are evil. Dragging my corpse around. All felony offenses. All of them. Can you just come, please? Can I? My cuffs hurt. I want to see their faces when they're in shock. I would love that. No, seriously, I'm tired. I want to go rescue, please.
Check, okay? Back in Nashville.
was good because it was a good show, because they were whispering, they were in the shadows. Perfect example of police brutality executed perfectly, flawlessly. I don't like it though. It's real life to me. Please, I want to rest now. I want to go somewhere nice. I did good all day, didn't I? I don't want to do it.
Hey, you spit on him again, it's not going to be good, okay?
Yeah, this is nuts. This is just like literal insanity. It just goes on and on and on.
Filthy whores don't deserve shit. Animals, help me! Oh, I see. Okay.
What is this?
I'm trying. I can't.
Here, you thought you were talking down to me! I own you, bitch! You don't know that, but you're gonna bow to God for once. You are ungodly fucking bitch! You hear me? I fucking curse you! And every ancestor ever! Cause you fucked with this corpse, bitch! Oh, you think you're gonna cut me off? Oh, you stupid bitch, there's no screen there. You fucking idiot. You're still gonna get it. Oh, so quiet now. You fucking moron! There's a goddamn whisper hole right here, so I can bitch you out! You fucking suck dick, you fucking... They know what you're watching at home. They know what you've been watching on your phone. I was sent by the feds to call you out, bitch. You might as well drive this fucking car into a fucking cliff because they found you out, bitch. They know. They've been monitoring you at your fucking house. That's why I winked, bitch. I tried to warn you, don't talk down to a superior. Regardless of what you think or see, you're a bitch. And you always will be fucked in the ass for eternity, because I literally cannot feel my fucking hands because of you. My fucking wrists. I had to fucking suffer because of your dumbasses. And you are still in authoritative positions that you don't deserve. Driving around in vehicles that you don't deserve. You know how you could have approached that? You could have given me a ride. Then there would have been a different outcome to this. You fucked yourself by not doing the fucking job of reading me all of my constitutional freedoms and the Miranda rights before even talking to me and asking for my ID. You fucked up on so many federal fucking levels as there's charges. Maximum security fucking prison, bitch. You might as well drive this car into a fucking cliff. They fucking found you. Think I'm lying, bitch. That's why I was here. You had to physically act it out. You might as well get to this station and believe you are still in authority, you little pussy. Ha ha! Ha ha! Fucking idiot. That's why they think you're a fucking pervert. You don't deserve your fucking position. Think what you want to believe. You bow to your knees and pray to God soon, bitch. You should have repented way sooner. You should have read your constitutional rights and mine too. I had the freedom of speech. You assaulted me first on my fucking legal property. Think about it, bitch. You just contradicted your fucking self. I was in a panicked state, and you listened to someone that was whispering in your ear that lied to you. A fucking pervert instead of a fucking angel. You are stupid and dead to the world. You might want to fucking hurry, because I'm like dying here. I'm like dead already. Like, hurry! I drive faster than this, bitch. You don't even fucking know how fast I can drive, you stupid idiot. Yeah. Think about that, bitch. Why did you think they sent a Mexican American to call you out? My blood is actually cutting off circulation. You cut off circulation to my hands. You might want to hurry. Like, literally, I am dying. But you fucked up already, so fuck you. Take your time, bitch. Wait and see. Mírame en mis ojos ya, pinche puto. Pinche puto, mírame en mis ojos. Y dime otra vez que somos familia de los Estados Unidos. Porque tú no podías leer cuando escribiste no sabes. My family is everywhere. My family is literally everywhere. Be escorted back to the streets. Oh, I wonder why you fucked up. No gloves, you tampered with evidence, bitch.
All right. Well, I think, wow. Yeah. A lot going on there, folks. There's a lot going on there. So let's pick it back up with some Von Helton stuff. Thank you for sticking around. We'll be right back.
Ooh, what do you got here, Vaughn? What the fuck is this?
Double fish sandwich.
Oh, you motherfucker, you lucky boy.
Fillet of fish is so delicious.
Oh, I love the fish. Oh, fuck yeah, rub it in.
So flaky, so tangy and creamy. McDonald's fillet of fish.
With hot fries and an icy Coke.
Nobody can do it like McDonald's can.
Buddy, you have no idea.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, well, I forgot to turn his mic on again. How long does he do? There
That absolutely describes the world we're living in. And there was something else, I think, in picture that I wanted to address since I'm in my folders here. Oh, yes. Before we get into the weird and crazy, apparently my boy Massey has decided to just absolutely ripped the lid off of everything, and he's picked his hill to die on, as it were. And so I guess that's where we're at and what we're going to be doing. So let me find it here, because there was actually several, I thought, and see if I can find them. Oh, come on, Sharpie. Is now the time, bro? All right, let me throw this up here. WebP. It's the WebP for you and me. Waiting for it to load. There it comes. There it comes. Okay. There's my thing. There it is. Thomas Massey says dual citizens elected to U.S. Congress must renounce citizenship in all foreign countries. And he's absolutely right. Don't do that Sharpie out. Are you wanting outside? You need to go pee? You go pee? No? Yes? No? Don't know. You got a clue? Okay, you go pee. You want me to go right there. On blast. If they really claim to be America first, then we're going to put them on blast and see if they really are America first, because that's what Massey's doing. What Massey is doing is he's trying to see if the Trump administration really is America first. And so let's go to the next one here, because this is the one that's really, 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 really amazing. Okay. All right, so let's go down here. Rand Paul, who I have some problems with, actually, but Rand Paul is another Kentuckian. Okay, so now we got 3 Kentuckians, me, Massey, and Rand Paul. Despite Doge's findings of a loony left-wing U.S. aid programs, the Republican spending bill continues to fund the very foreign aid that Elon Musk proposes to cut. The bill continues spending at the inflated pandemic levels and will add, brace yourself, $2 trillion to the debt this year. Count me as a hell no. And that comes from Economic Times, certainly not a conspiracy website. And Massey responds and says, Rand is correct. I am a no as well on the CR. Okay, so what is a CR? For those of you who don't know, CR is continuing resolution. It is something that Congress puts out to just keep the wheels and gears turning. And this one is going to be $2 trillion of spending for stupid shit. The very same stupid shit that Doge has been finding. You know, $500 million for, discussing the transgender of a duck or some, stupid shit, crazy shit, insane shit. All right. And so that is, that's what butter flavored butter contains no butter. But that's where we're at. And that's where we're, that's the hill that we're going to die on, I guess, because Massey has thrown it out there to see if the Trump administration really is America first, because if they're America first, then they'll quit this, they'll stop this insane CR, and they'll stop all funding to the Middle East, which is one thing I've said publicly as well as privately. All funding to the Middle East. I don't care what it is. All funding to the Middle East. Stop. Just stop. All funding. Listen, if Russia wants to sit there and goof around with these Muslims and the Jews and all these idiots in the Middle East that have, by the way, have been killing each other for thousands of years, long before America even come around, let them. Let them. It's not our damn fight anyway. We're not supposed to be the world's policeman. We're supposed to be a shining city on a hill, not the world's policeman. If Russia wants to be the world's policeman, let them spend the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars it takes to do that. We don't need to do that. But Vaughn, aren't you afraid that Russia will once again become the Soviet Union and take over the whole world? I don't care. At this point, I don't give a shit. You got fake Ukrainians, fake Palestinians, and fake Jews. All three of these motherfuckers are not even real. And nobody's got the decency to open up a history book and actually look and say, Stu Peters got a mouthpiece that goes out to millions of people supporting the so-called Palestinians who are goddamn terrorists from birth. It says so in the damn Palestinian charter, if he'd bother to read the damn thing, and that their goal was to push Israel into the sea, but he won't read it. Because it doesn't fit his narrative. His narrative is that he hates Israel. So he's got to automatically like Muslim terrorists, I guess. I don't know. That makes no goddamn sense to me. How about this, Stu? How about a pox on all their fucking houses? I don't give a damn who they are. We don't need to be in the Middle East. Pull all of our equipment out of there. Bring it back to the States. Put it in the motor pool. Clean it up real nice. And then ship it down to the border, the southern border and the northern border, to guard our borders, and then take bunker busting bombs and destroy all of our airfields over there, because they don't need to be using our airfields. Destroy the airfields. I mean, we build them, we can destroy them, right? Yes. But to hell with this shit. Let's find out. Let's find out if the Trump administration really is America first. Cut all funding to anybody right now, immediately. No funding to anybody. The money comes to us, goes to us, works for us, and invigorates us, pays down the debt for us, boosts our economy, balances our fucking budget. Let's see. Let's find out. Massey's thrown the gauntlet out there, so I'm going to take it and run with it. He's a fellow Kentuckian, and Rand Paul's a fellow Kentuckian, so okay. Here I am. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. As the song used to say back in the 70s. But anyways, before we get into the crazy, because there's a lot of crazy out there, holy shit. But before we get into that, apparently, Massey has thrown the gauntlet down and says, no, hell no to the CR. $2 trillion, folks. We're at $37 trillion right now. That'll make us $39 trillion, almost $40 trillion. Why? Now, if I understood correctly, and I could be wrong, but if I understood correctly, they're saying, well, let this one slide on by so that we can get whatever needs to be paid off, and then lock everything down. Well, that sounds nice, but we had the idea of locking everything down before this CR came up, right? Yeah, it was long before the CR even came up. So why? Question the answer. Question the answer. Why? There's no reason. There's no reason for it. If we're truly committed to fixing this broken country, then we need to stop spending like drunken sailors. Period. And it doesn't matter what that, let's be clear. At this point, it doesn't matter whether you're Democrat, Independent, or Republican. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're conservative or liberal. It doesn't matter whether you're a socialist, a communist, a patriot, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters now is stopping the spending, because we're financially bleeding out, as it were. What was it Elon Musk said the other day? We could easily see ourselves in an unsustainable debt of $58 trillion in an Augenblick. We can't sustain that kind of debt. And he's right. Elon Musk is absolutely right about that. I don't need to be a math whiz to figure that one out. He's absolutely right on that one. There reaches a threshold which we are no longer able to sustain, and at least according to Elon Musk and a few other eggheads, it's 58 trillion. You know, I guess that's the threshold. I'm going with it until I know different, but that's what Elon Musk said. That's what some other talking heads have said. So we're going to assume that the threshold is 58. Okay, 58 trillion. We cannot sustain ourselves beyond that point. Well, fuck me, we're at 37 now. Okay, and now they're wanting to add 2 trillion more onto the damn thing? No. Stop. Put on the brakes. Stop. And let's say, okay, we're gonna get on this, and we're gonna chew away at this damn debt of ours. Now, like I said, once we get into the Pentagon and start finding trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars worth of corruption, then you know, hopefully we'll have enough money to completely pay off the debt and be able to give every American a really, really, really nice check. I mean, a really, really, really nice check. Maybe even $1 million or more nice check. You know, I mean, like I said, firing one missile off of a jet is $1 million. Look it up, Google it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You know, they spend millions and billions and trillions of dollars at the Pentagon like it's nothing, like it's fucking nothing. All right, so you know, when Doge gets in there and starts finding all the, you know, hey, remember the $300 hammer and $500 toilet seats? Yeah, that shit's real. That was a real thing. Now, I'm sure they swept it under the rug, but yeah, that was a real thing. When they get in there and they find all that corruption, man, and all that waste and shit, oh my God, man. You know, just our little pittance of it would be, you know, like I, you know, everybody's, oh, well, we really couldn't see yeah, we could see $1 million check. Yeah, we could. I mean, we're talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. Anybody remember Rudy Giuliani? We've lost $2.3 trillion and we can't find it. Anybody remember that besides me? 2.3 trillion, not billion, trillion. And we can't find it. And I know somebody's going to type up and say, well, that's a black project. No, Rudy Giuliani knew about the black projects. He knew about that. So no, it obviously was not a black project. That was money that really was genuinely missing and unaccounted for. 2.3 trillion, not billion, trillion. That's insane. That's insane kind of money. I'm going to whip out my trusty dusty calculator here. Right, 1,000 million billion. Okay, 1,000 million billion trillion. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's one too many zeros. Shit. 2, 3. Okay. 1,000 million billion trillion. Okay. Okay. 2 trillion 300 billion. Right? Let's see. 1,000 million billion. Yeah. 2 trillion 300 billion. Okay. So, all right. Now we divide that by 3, 3, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is 333 million people, which is what we are. And we get 6, just $6. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Can it? Let's see. Try that again. 1,000 million billion trillion. Okay. Divided by It says 6.9. $6 is all we get out of that? No, that don't make no sense. I'll figure it up later. I'm not good with math, admittedly. I'll look it up later, but it can't be doing $6. In any event, we're definitely in for it, and let's just go on ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it, and see what the Trump administration is going to do. Are they going to keep getting us into these quagmires in the Middle East, or are they going to break all ties? We'll see. Messi is not doing this because he's anti-Trump, and he's not doing this because he is against MAGA. He's doing this because we are hemorrhaging money, and we got to stop it. And like Elon Musk said, there's going to come a threshold that we're not going to be able to sustain. They said it was 58 billion. Maybe that's correct. Maybe it ain't. I'm not a math whiz by any stretch. I'm going to go by what these people say. But yeah, man, I mean, we're at a place where we got to get serious about this.
So I haven't watched any of these. I'm going to let you guys pick because I'm finding this one a little bit boring. I don't know what he talks about up here. Probably just repeats himself. We can skim through this and see what nuggets we got, or we can actually go back in time a few days back where I think it's Cisco, John, and Vaughn doing a live. So give me a 1 to stay on this. Give me a 2 to switch over to the other one.
And I hope people do watch. Important people are watching and take note, because when I'm here at the house and I got bills to pay, I pay those bills first. I don't put it off. I pay the bills first, and then whatever I have left, I put into the bank, or I might get groceries with it or whatever. But I pay the bills first. I don't put it off. And I don't tack on more bills on top of that. Once we get in the Pentagon, we should find enough money to pay off the debt. Should.
All right. Economics with...
What's
he going to say here before he slurps us?
Can't be right.
Can't be right. Yeah,
y'all about stupid. Okay, a 4-lane highway is thick as fuck. There's pub, I mean, everybody's heard one of them.
Anyways, yeah, this economics with the Vaughn is a little bit boring. So let's go check out this other hangout. I'm sure the meeting of these intellectual heavyweights will be enthralling, engaging. So let's back. I think it's 6 days ago. Live with John. So I don't think we checked this one out. So let's see where we're at. See what's going on. I'll get the Punisher. You got the same old, same old.
John, who has not yet arrived.
All right,
So
here we
we're
go.
waiting on John.
Folks,
I also sent
the
link
people
out
have
to Cisco,
spoken.
See if he might want to stop by. But it is morning live, and there is, I don't know, what is a misconception. So let's address certain misconceptions. Now, I am all in favor of giving the people in Europe a good tongue lashing, because they have been downright draconian here lately concerning the rights bestowed upon them. And of course, I keep reminding them that it is not a Bill of Rights like we have in America, because the Bill of Rights we have in America says that our rights come from the gods and goddesses. All right, they don't come from government. Unfortunately, everybody else in the world derives their rights from the government. And what the government can give you, the government can take away. Now, for you atheists out there that might be a little slow, if the gods don't exist, nobody can take your rights away. So I have a word for you atheists. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. If gods don't exist, nobody can take your rights away. That's a plus for you. That's a good thing for you. Get it up here, atheists. If the gods don't exist and the rights come from gods, they can't take them away from you. So shut the fuck up. Because every time you atheists open up your fucking mouth, here comes the government. Oh, well, if you don't think they come from the gods, we'll just take them away from you. And they do. So shut the fuck up. It's going to take us forever to get everything back to the way it was. Thanks to the atheists opening up their damn pie hole. Shut up. Because the government comes right in behind you, dumb motherfuckers. Oh, well, there ain't no such thing as God. Oh, well, if God don't exist, then we'll just take your rights away. Since it's gods, actually, Elohim, which is a plural form of the word God. You know, I can't believe there's Bible scholars out there that aren't telling you that it's actually gods. Especially when it says, let us, not me, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, after our kind. Let us go down and confuse their language, lest they be able to do anything they set their mind to. Just who the hell are we if we have the power of a god? That's an interesting thought, isn't it? But anyway, enough a little in the weeds there. But the point is that, if your rights come from God, government can't touch them. But see, these atheists open up their damn mouth and say, oh, well, God ain't real. And then here comes the government. Oh, well, if God ain't real, then we'll just take all your fucking rights away, you dumb son of a bitch. All right. So don't be stupid, atheists. Stop being stupid, atheists. Keep your goddamn mouth shut when it comes to politics. Just be quiet. That's it. That's all you got to do. Be quiet. All right? Just be quiet. Now, moving right along to another misconception in that similar vein, which is freedom of speech. Now, as many of you know, I am a historian. As many of you know, I am also a constitutionalist. As many of you know, I am absolutely sold on the Founding Fathers and what they believe and what they said out of their own mouth. And so when the Founding Fathers say a thing, then that's how I roll. Okay. So let me clarify. What is freedom of speech? Whether it be here in America or overseas or on the internet. What is freedom of speech? Freedom of speech, as defined by the Constitution of the United States, is only one thing. One. Not a million things, not a billion things. One thing and one thing only. And there he is. Well, there's somebody. Not much. Eat my shorts. Okay, well, all I see is a little green triangle, so you might want to fix your hardware there, John. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. And, okay, why didn't it add? The fuck? I can't seem to add you. What the hell? Are you frozen? Maybe you're frozen in time. What the hell's going on?
Guess. A mystery guess. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but why the fuck? Oh, maybe. Oh, let's see.
Oh, it's the overlay. Oh, it's the overlay.
There we go. There we go. Now we got you. I had it set for me only, I guess, and so oops.
It's
sorry.
okay. So how's okay? I missed a little bit. I apologize.
Well, you got me right in mid rant. So let me finish my thought here, because I tend to wander a lot. I tend to ramble and wander a lot. But anyway, there's only freedom of speech, as defined by the Constitution of the United States.
And I can get an answer for that. Can I get the answer? Government cannot censor you. You cannot be censored by the government. The government has no ability to tell you what you can say or think or believe. Now, when it comes to individuals, that's a whole different matter. Bob can tell Susie that if Bob goes to little Susie's house and Bob tells little Susie, I don't want you talking about Muslims in my house, and kicks her out of the home, Susie can't sue him and say, well, he violated my free speech. That's his personal private property. Now, if the government came in and told Bob and Susie they couldn't hold their house as a church to pray, that would be a violation of their constitutional rights, just like New York did during COVID lockdowns.
And let's be clear. And while we're talking about
$5 through Super Chat. Keep your mouth shut. Funny how he talks to atheists the same way he used to talk to his children.
Folks, very insightful. Thank you for joining us, Wilson. Folks, stick around. We got more insanity to come. Thanks again.
About that, let's be clear. There is no such thing as separation of church and state in the Constitution. Holy shit! The very first thing the founders did when they formed the government was they all got down on one knee and prayed. You dumb motherfuckers! Separation of church and state, my ass.
It's something that is nice to say. It's a nice thing to say because of like how we believe as Americans and culture. Like we want, as a republic, we try to keep theocracy out of government.
Yeah,
just like in Europe,
right.
we have theocracies and stuff. So we kind of play it as if we don't have a church and state. But I think the first use of separation of church and state was the Federalist Papers. The Federalists was something that they believed in. You had Federalists and you had Democratic Republicans. Those were the two political parties. And the Federalists were the ones that were championing, separation of theocracy. But it's just a phrase, a terminology. It's not actual law.
Well, okay. Where it comes from? It comes from a letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptists. In that letter, Jefferson warned the Danbury Baptists of, in the future, a possible separation of church and state by a future government that was out of control. And so it was a warning. It was a warning to the Danbury Baptists to always strictly adhere to the Constitution and to what the founders envisioned, because there may be a future in which, maybe like today, when we have everybody and their brother sitting there talking about separation of church and state when it's not real. So that's where they got that from. They got it literally from a letter that Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist Church. But there is no separation of church and state. Like I said, the first thing the founders did when they formed the government, they all got down and prayed. There was prayer, there was open prayer. Pagans like myself used to be able to do Samhain in a public park. Yeah, we can't do that shit today, can we, pagans? No, we can't. Because of these damn atheists and their stupid separation of church and state. So we need to get on that shit. Now I can see not going to a public park skyclad. That might be a little illegal, but
it used to be that the only people that you feared was like your neighbor and the populace at large where you lived. If you did something wrong or culturally unacceptable, you may get flack or maybe a little pushback from your community.
You might get targeted.
But the government couldn't do anything about it.
No.
Right.
Well,
technically speaking, I would believe, from my perspective, that if you're trying to do something in public, let's say you're a pagan and you want to celebrate the pagan version of Halloween and not the Christian version that we have today, and so let's say someone tried to come and stop you from doing so in a public square, I think it's the government's responsibility to come in as a mitigator and say, hold on. you cannot tell this person not to do this because you have no authority as a human being. Now now to me that's separate from what the Constitution says. The Constitution strictly says that the government shall not infringe on your rights, right? That's what the Constitution is.
Correct.
Well, okay. Actually, technically, the Constitution is what the government can and cannot do.
Well, you're not in, okay.
That's
all right,
what the
hold on now.
Constitution is.
Okay,
but
hold on.
The Bill of Rights is something different. The Bill of Rights is something different. After they wrote the Constitution, they realized that technically speaking, the people still didn't have rights. So they came up with something called the Bill of Rights that solidified you as an individual American, you have these particular things. And the First Amendment is the religion. The government cannot make no law regarding your religion, your speech, protest, many things, news, what you can print. I mean, a lot of things.
Is that a Bowflex?
And it's Vaughn, you are yes. I got myself a Bowflex, and I'm going to try to get my fat fucking ass to use it every once in a while.
Yeah, I went and got me. I've got me some cream on order, and I already got the droppers and stuff. So I put a drop under my tongue to detoxify my body, and hopefully burn a little fat. Plus, I've got a big thing of powder coming. And the powder is supposed to get rid of my belly, so I'm working on it too in my own way.
So let me finish my rant real quick.
Yeah.
So the way I think the Constitution is written with the Bill of Rights is that the government has no authority to tell you what to print in the newspaper or what to say in your home or what religion to believe in or how you even protest the government. Like you have a right to your redress of grievances, meaning if I don't like something the government doing, I have a right to tell the government to go piss off. Yeah. That being said, now I think it's a separate issue that, let's say Bobby tells little Susie in a public square, "Oh, I don't like you being pagan." Now the government comes in as a mediator and says, "Wait a minute, Bobby can't tell little Susie what to say." Now, does that apply because of the First Amendment of the Constitution? I would say no. And the reason why I say that is because Bobby is not the government. Bobby is an individual of a citizen of the state or the country, whatever you want to word it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think from a human level, I think as a libertarian conservative, someone who believes in individual rights and liberties, I think that that's an overstepping just basic human dignity. You shouldn't be telling someone else what to do. Because the public is for everybody. Now, what Vaughn is saying, why can't we have pagan holidays? Why can't we have Christmas trees? Why can't we have a menorah out in public? Because what happens is you have too many people fighting and bickering that they end up just getting rid of everything. And that's wrong too. That they get rid of everything to appease everyone, and that's wrong too. You should be able to have a Christmas tree in public, and Muslims shouldn't be bitching and complaining about it. And at the same time, should Muslims be fucking praying in the streets like they do in fucking Germany and France? Sometimes I see these videos. Muslims take up whole blocks.
They did it in New York. They did it in New York too.
They have hundreds of fucking mosques, but they have to pray in the fucking streets
because
like animals.
A mosque is not a church. Because a mosque is not a church, silly. A mosque is not a church. And that's what I keep trying to tell people, and they don't get it. A mosque is not a church. A mosque is a celebration of conquest over the infidel. That's what a mosque is. Whenever Islam conquered the infidel, meaning you and me, they've stopped, dropped, and built a mosque. Because a mosque is not a church. A mosque is a symbol of conquering you and me, the normal folk. That's what Islam means to a mosque. It's not a church. Now, they do stuff inside the mosque. That's true. But technically, a mosque is a victory celebration over me and you. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, Wilson has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Why does Susie have to be little J Dubs?
That's a very astute observation. Thank you for sharing that, Wilson. I do appreciate it, folks.
When Islam went 1/3 up the level of Spain and was stopped by the Spanish, what did they do? They stopped, dropped, and built a mosque. When they fought Vlad the Impaler And Vlad the Impaler pushed their ass back. What did they do? They stopped, dropped, and built a mosque. Okay, so a mosque is not a church. A mosque is celebratory victory over the infidel. That's what a mosque truly is. Now, they do stuff in the mosque. That's true. They'll talk in the mosque and pray in the mosque, but but like John pointed out correctly, we've got Muslims out in the middle of the street of New York, for God's sake, praying right out in the middle of the damn street. Why? Because a mosque is not really a church. Not really. It is a celebratory victory over the infidel. That's what it is. And see, if you don't know that, you're like, what the hell's going on? Why are all these Muslims praying in the street? Because it isn't really a church. It's a victory celebration. That's what
it gets kind of hazy. I mean, do you have a right as an American to like pray?
You don't have a right. Okay, you don't have the right to impede on other ones' rights. Okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Let me get this. Okay. So like these people that are in the street praying, or the liberals sit down in the middle of traffic to stop traffic.
Yeah,
that's
we
not
want to
legal.
stop oil from doing. Yeah.
That's not legal. That is not legal because you're impeding on other people's rights. People have a right to be able to go to work and pay their bills. Okay, and you don't have the right to impede them. You don't have a right. Your rights do not overstep their rights. Okay, so if you're doing a thing that impedes on their rights, you are fucking up. It's like the gods and goddesses of freedom religion say. All right, do not harm yourself. Do not harm others. Do not violate someone's rights.
I would say though that doesn't. I would say that doesn't come from the Bill of Rights. I don't think that comes from the Constitution. Like I don't think the Constitution explicitly says that you don't have an individual doesn't have a right to overthrow someone else's individual rights. I just think that comes from personal. I think that common sense and individual liberty. You know what I mean? The roads are for traveling. The roads. I mean, that's common sense, right? Roads is for transport. And then that being said, it's not just for cars. Transportation could be bikes, motorcycles, and anybody. So like when people go, oh well, it's for the it's for my car. But it's for everybody to use. Like I think. Horse and buggy, yeah, absolutely. If you want to rollerblade in the streets, like I see sometimes in New York, I know you get tickets for riding a moped in the street. Like they give people tickets for mopeds. Why? Why are you giving people mopeds?
Yeah, that's not lawful.
That's
They say it is, but it ain't.
Right. So I think so. I mean, a lot of people. I think a lot of it is bullshit. A lot of it is wrong. A lot of it's overstepped.
It is wrong,
and it's just like we need more individual. We need people to start believing in individual rights. We need to stop believing in the collective. We need to stop being Democrats and communists, because that's what really that comes down to. Communism believes in the community. That's where communism comes from. Communism is like a root word of community.
All 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto are in effect and working right now in the United States. And I bet not one American knows that shit. But they are.
And so when it comes down to it, we need to start really being Republicans again. And you could be a leftist Republican. I mean, you could believe in protecting the environment and stopping global warming, and stuff like that. What I'm saying is Republican in the sense of you believe in republicism. You believe in the country as a republic.
The Great Republic. You believe in the Great Republic.
And like I said before, like I was saying, you had political parties like the Federalists, and you had the parties like the Democratic Republicans, and you had Whigs. And what they all had in common is they believed in republicanism. They believed in republicanism, and that's really a thing we lost in this country. I mean, everybody says America's a democracy. We're losing that democracy.
It is not a democracy.
This and that. And it's sad that people believe in that. Democracy has nothing to do with freedom. Democracy is a soft variant of communism. And really, in history of years, has it been taken for anything else? Hans Hermann Hope. And so, that's a perfect quote. Yeah. Like, I think Karl Marx actually said it the best. Karl Marx said, first it starts with workers' rights, then it becomes unionism. Then after unionism, we're going to get them hooked on socialism, and after socialism, it's going to become communism, and then after communism is implemented, we're going to go into full-blown Marxism,
dictatorship,
which is a total, which is it's ironic.
Totalitarianism,
Yeah, but what's ironic about it is it's also a stateless society. So it's total totalitarianism at the same time as being stateless. Wrap your head around that. Wrap your head around that mentality. So, I mean, that's what Karl Marx said. Karl Marx says you get the people believing they have workers' rights, and then once you get the workers' rights, and you work towards unions. And then once you get the unions, you work towards the socialism, and that's exactly what it's been since the 1910s in this country. You had people fighting. You had the leftists fighting for workers' rights, which I understand. Workers deserve rights. I'm a worker, but when it becomes government and when it becomes leftist and radical, that's when it becomes wrong, because it's for everybody. And we don't have classes in this country. There's no such thing as a working class. We're Americans. Whether you're a worker or a businessman, we're all inclusive. You want to use DEI terminology? You want to use leftist terminology? Republicanism is all inclusive. Okay, everybody is in together. Yeah. If a worker has a right, so does the businessman. If a businessman has a right, so does the worker. Okay. Right. If a straight person has a right, so too the gay person. If a white person has a right, so too the black. Everybody is supposed to have the same fucking rights.
Everybody's supposed to be equal. That's right. We're all supposed to have equal rights. Correct.
That's what it means to be a Republican. That's what it means to be a republic. The government doesn't see you as anything other than an individual. The government doesn't put you in a category, a class. That's Europeanism. That's Africa. Africa, they have class system. In India, they have a class system where you could become an untouchable and then you're scum for the rest of your life. We don't believe in that here in this country, okay? Or China, where there's different rankings of your social credit score. If you rank low on your credit score because you said something against the communist government, you can't buy a bank loan. Well, that shit like that doesn't apply here in America. It's not supposed to be. But unfortunately, so often it does. You know, if you speak out against New York, they're going to come and shut you down. You say something bad about the mayor of New York. You know, your business is going to get fined. You know, it's stupid shit like that. Anyway, rant's over, Vaughn. How's your day going?
My day is going great. Anyway, I need to finish my rant.
What got you onto this topic? What happened? What ruffled your feathers?
Nothing happened. I just want to clarify, because everybody has the wrong idea about rights. There's only one protected free speech in this country. One protected free speech in this country. And that is your ability to call out the government whenever the government fucks up without fear of being jailed or being killed. That's it. That's only free speech there is. All these other free speeches that everybody comes up with is all contrived. It's not in the Constitution. The Constitution says the only free speech you have is the right to speak out against the government. So if you get on the internet and you say Von Helden is a pedophile, or Von Helden is a mass murderer, or Von Helden did this, or Von Helden did that, that is not.
That would be against the law. That's not against the law because it violates someone's free speech. It's against the law because it's slander and harassment.
Well, yes, but I mean
that's a separate issue. I mean, you can't slander and harass people. I mean, that's criminal. Speech. That's criminal speech. Yeah, that's criminal speech. That's not free speech. Why would a troll think that's free speech? I mean, I don't understand.
YouTube thinks it's free speech. Google thinks it's free speech. Twitter thinks it's free speech. Twitch thinks it's free speech. Rumble thinks it's free speech. Got an account at Rumble, people? Rumble thinks that's free speech. Are you okay with that? That's what Rumble believes. Rumble believes that is free speech. It is not. Like I said, the only free speech, the only protected speech you have, according to the Constitution, is your ability to speak out against the government when the government fucks up without fear of being jailed or killed. That's it. If you get on the internet and you say Von Helden is a pedophile, a murderer, a rapist, whatever, that is not protected speech, and it is not sanctioned by the Constitution of the United States. No, it is not. Now, local laws can make it that way. State laws may make it that way. But according to the Constitution, it is not protected speech. So anybody that has a hate channel on YouTube about Von Helton, you are not protected. You are not following the Constitution. It is not free speech. It is not fair use. And you are breaking the law. Why are you breaking the law? Because the Constitution is what? Breaking the law. What is the Constitution? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. All right. So if you make a hate channel on YouTube about me or John or anyone, that is not protected speech. No, it fucking isn't. Anybody go get if you don't like me being a constitutional authority, get somebody that you believe that is a constitutional authority. Anybody that knows the Constitution will say the exact same thing I am. You are not protected. If you're talking about individuals, you can only speak out against the government legally.
All right, so I'm at the library. I'm at the Library of Congress website. Right. The Constitution of the United States, First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
Right.
So what that means is the government cannot decide what a religion is or what a religion isn't. A, right. And B, right. It can't go, okay, Christianity says Jesus died for my sins, and then Congress is going to come in and say, oh, he died for your sins because of A and B and C and Z. They can't change the religion, and they can't make it, they can't do anything of it, okay? That's what it means.
Well,
and a bridging of the freedom of speech, and a bridging of freedom of speech, meaning freedom of speech is your ability to speak, okay? Right. Or right. Of the press, or of the right of the people to assemble, peacefully assemble. Meaning if I want to stand in the street and shout, Governor of New York is a bitch and she's a tyrant and she's a whatever, I'm allowed to do so. She's the head of the government of my state, and I don't like it. It's my redress of grievance. I have a grievance with my government. I could speak out, and therefore, because in England or France, if you said something about Charles Louis the whatever, or King George whatever, off with your head, off to the gallows. Yep. You can't say nothing bad about the king. You literally they chop your head
off with your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can assemble. Yep. So that means me and Vaughn can come together and make a group saying, the group of no tax, right? We can come together and say no liquor tax. Like we can assemble. We can come together. That's right, baby. Okay, and the petition the government of a redress of grievances. What does that mean? I can come up with a letter. I can write a letter and make a petition and say, I want to make this pass as a law for my regressive grievance. That's exactly what the Constitution says you can do. Okay, what that means in layman's terms is that your ability to communicate against the government cannot be infringed. Okay, correct. You can communicate against the government. You can say anything you want against the government, and the government cannot do anything about it. The government cannot stop you on your speech, your communication.
Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog. Everybody party. I'm a hot dog. Fun on a bun. Bam. Bam. Fun. Bam. Bam. Fun. Bam. Bam. Fun. I'm a hot dog. Everybody party. Look at me. 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 I'm a hot dog.
As long as you
a smoke signal.
But now, if you get out in the street and you say John's an evil son of a bitch or something like that, that's not protected. It's not protected.
Right. John can come around with a lawyer, and John can take your ass to court. Or there's another law that says you can't spew a bunch of hate speech in public. That could be a violation of the law. That why is that allowed? Because it doesn't have anything to do with the government against a person.
Correct.
It's a
It has nothing to
person
do with
against a
government.
person.
Right.
It's a
That's
person
right.
against
You're
a person.
You're attacking a person. It's
Person
not the
against a
government.
person.
That's right. And see, a lot of people don't understand that. You know, they think they can get on YouTube and make all these hate channels about me or Cyrex or Trailer Park Elvis or John or G-Man or whatever. No, you cannot. It is not protected free speech. And YouTube and Google, I am really shocked that nobody has taken Google and YouTube to court over that and won, because you can win easy. All right. That's not protected speech. Okay. Calling down here to Clay County and telling the local government down here in Clay County that Von Helden is a fucking pedophile and needs his kids taken away is not protected speech. You fucking moron.
You know what the fucked up thing about it is, and I gotta call out Trump on this. And Trump, I've been liking Trump lately, but Trump, I gotta call him out for this. Yeah, cocksuckers like Mark Zuckerberg, who was the biggest fascist on social media you could ever have, shutting down people's Facebook posts because of COVID, misinformation, and election misinformation, and you couldn't say the election was stolen or else you'd get put in. Right now, what does Mark Zuckerberg do now? He donated like $100 million to the Trump campaign.
Oh yeah,
and now he's the biggest fucking Trump supporter there is. He's sucking the dick of Donald Trump. Look it up.
Well, you know, did he get red pilled?
So this cocksucker spent 8 years on the 4 years under Joe Biden. Well, technically more, because he was being nasty against Trump. So I guess 8 years. 8 years censoring people, limiting people's speech, putting people, destroying people's social network channels, media, whatever their fucking network called, Meta networks, or whatever.
Meta.
Yeah. So and then he wants to turn around and go, well, we weren't really censoring people's posts.
You really were censoring people.
Oh, we weren't taking down people's posts for COVID misinformation. Yeah, you. Joe Biden was calling your ass up on the phone and saying, we don't like that, take it down. And you were taking. Actually, people, we have it just on camera because of Trump. They're coming out and showing us their true face.
Conspiracy theory, real, live, bona fide communists. It's just like the Azovs over there in Ukraine. Are they Ukrainians? No. Are they Russian even? No, they're Nazis. They're the descendants of World War II Nazis. Literally. They are literally the descendants of World War II Nazis. So, a lot of people don't understand what is really going on out there. And I come along as a historian and say, no, the Nazis occupied Ukraine back in World War II. Google it, you non-Googling son of a bitches. Google that shit. Even Google will tell you, yes, the Nazis occupied Ukraine back in World War II. That is documented fact. Okay? But see, if you don't know that, you would, oh, well, them guys are Ukrainians. And they no, they're not. In fact, the Azovs were bombing the Ukrainian people and blaming it on Russia. How many of you knew that? Yeah, see, that's why it's important to understand who the players are in this little charade we got going on, this little mix-up we got going on, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you look it up, folks. The Nazis occupied Ukraine in World War II. Did you ever think they left? No. No, they never left. They never left. They just changed the deck chairs on the Titanic, but they never left. They're still there. And that's who's in there now. That's who they are now. They are not Ukrainians. They are not Russians. They are Germans. They are Germans. They are Nazis. Literal World War II era Nazis. And if some of them are still alive, say 100 years old, 110, whatever, then they would be real Nazis then. But, of course, it'd be 110. They ain't going to go out and fight at 110. But, I mean, but yeah, literal Nazis, okay? And it's important for people to understand this shit because, and then Palestinians. Let's talk about the Palestinians since we're on this. Palestinians. What is a Palestinian? A Palestinian is nothing. They do not exist. They were created in 1971 by Yasser Arafat, a criminal from Egypt. He was in the Egypt prisons and got out as a criminal in Egypt. And he got out. He's a criminal. He's a terrorist. And he gets out of the Egypt prisons. He gets this idea in his head. I'll make a new people called the Palestinians, and I'll start a new group called the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Well, what is the PLO, Von? The PLO is a terrorist organization. And Yasser Arafat on TV, because I watched it live on TV with Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton, sitting there smiling and waving. Then two sick individuals I found out later. But anyway, because I used to think Jimmy Carter was a good guy. He was just a little misguided. No, wrong. He's evil as fuck. But we can get into that later. The point is that they helped a convicted criminal in Egypt, Yasser Arafat, create an entirely new people out of nothing. Out of nothing. When you ask Golda Meir, say, was there anybody in that land when it was given to the Israelites? No, there was nobody there. Might have been a Bedouin or two running around, but there was nobody there. Ask Golda Meir, she'll tell you. There was nobody there. Literally nobody. There was nobody in that fucking land. Okay, so what is this shit? It's all lies. Palestinian people are not real people. Now you say, well, how do you know that? Do you have proof? I have absolute proof. You go to Waleed Shobat's website. Go to Waleed Shobat's website, and he'll tell you, I went to bed an Egyptian, and I woke up the next day a Palestinian. Palestinians are not real. They were created by Yasser Arafat in 1971 with the help of Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton. This is a fact. This is not Von Helden's fucking opinion. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. But see, if you don't know these facts, you're like, oh, those poor Palestinian people, like Stu Peters keeps saying on X all the time. Oh my God, them poor Palestinians. Yeah, them poor Palestinians, Stu, will.
What's Stu Peters doing about worrying about Palestinians? The guy's like a white supremacist Christian, like he cares.
Well, the thing of it is, Stu Peters is under the impression that these are real people and shit, and they're not. What do you want, buddy?
Right, you're talking about Stu Peters. He's like the white guy that's bald. He's like a
bald and white guy. Yeah, he's a bald and white guy, and a Christian, a hardcore Christian. At least he claims. I don't know if he's Catholic or Christian. Catholic, by the way, folks, Catholics and Christians are not the same. The Catholic Bible has 75 books. The Christian Bible has 66 books. They are not the same. Sorry, they're not. I know a lot of people want to lump Catholics in with Christians. No, they're not. Christians are Protestants. They protested the Catholic Church. And many of them were butchered, by the way, as a result, just so you know. And see, that's, but see, people kind of gloss over history. Our kids are not being taught history, and so they have no idea about all the shit that's going on. That's why I say it's very important to figure out who all the players are and what the hell's going on, because you have no clue. You have no clue, man. You don't have a clue. You've been lied to. There is no such thing as a Ukrainian. There is no such thing as a Palestinian. And there is no such thing as a Jew. Now, how do you know there ain't no such thing as a Jew? Well, I'm going to tell you. The Romans, whether you like them or not, were meticulous about paperwork and about keeping records, which is a good thing for us, because otherwise we wouldn't know what the fuck's going on in the world. But there is no such thing as a real Jew. Jew meaning Judea, is from the people of Judea. Okay? So you got the people of Judea, and you got the Hebrews of Israel. All right? Now, at the Battle of Jerusalem, the Hebrews and the Judeans were wiped the fuck out. This is all documented. You can go read it anytime you want. It's all documented. And the women were sold into slavery. So who are these Jews? Well, I have a theory. And admittedly, it's just a theory. But I have a theory. I have a theory that the Romans feared the gods getting blowback for wiping out not one, but two civilizations. And they feared the gods. And they said, okay, well, we'll create the Jews, what we know today as the Jews, and we'll create them and say, and give them, they didn't even give them all of the ancient Hebrew history. They only give them some of it, which is one of the reasons you could tell it's not the real Hebrews. But they created this thing out of whole cloth because they wiped out 2 whole civilizations and they feared the gods. They feared a reprisal. Now, unfortunately for them, they got the reprisal when the Visigoths marched over the hill. And we can get into that later if you want. But the truth of the matter is that they feared the gods. They said, we wiped out all these people. And so they decided to come up with this dude. They gave him the history of the Hebrews, some of it, not all, and said, here you go. And then so who were these? Bedouins, I guess. I don't know. Bedouins seem to be the only ones that were roaming around at the time. Very nomadic people. They did have a basic belief in God, and they had their structure. And you can go watch the movie The 10 Commandments, where Moses comes across these Bedouins and they say, well, God's on the mountain because the mountain turns red every night. So I mean, but that's basically who they were. And so nobody's real. Everything is fake. Everything you believe is a lie. You got to get it up here. And that includes you, Stu Peters, because you'll sit there and rail on Israel and rail on the Jews, but you won't rail on the Palestinians who literally took a German girl, dismembered her body, put it in the back of a pickup truck, sat on the body parts, and did a victory lap all around the parking lot with it. That's some sick shit, Stu. And that is what you're supporting when you support them goddamn Palestinians. German girl's dead. At least one American is dead. I think
I don't know, man, about Stu Peters. I mean, at one point, in one sentence, he sounds like an articulate, like reasonable person speaking, and then in the next sentence, he's like whacked out of his fucking gourd. I mean,
when you dismember somebody, put it in the back of a pickup truck, and then do a victory lap, that's sick.
I will say that about the Palestinian attack on October 7th wasn't just an attack on the Jewish people. Right, that wasn't just an attack on Israel and the Jewish people. That was an attack on the entire world, because you had hundreds of those people, if not that. There was thousands of people, but hundreds of them came from different parts of the world. They were citizens of France and Germany and America and Denmark and Netherlands
and see, that's what a lot of people
Russia
don't
and
know.
Poland and Italy. They were citizens of all over, and they attacked not only Israel and the Jewish people. They attacked everybody. Okay, and they literally have right now to this day people kidnapped that are German citizens, and Germany sits there with their fucking ass saying, fuck me more, you fucking Arab sand nigger. I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, why is it fucking the Germans raining down hell too? Like,
well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Well, see, that's the thing that upsets me, because nobody knows this, apparently. October 7th was not just an attack on Jews. Because what was going on? What was October 7th? What the hell was it? Okay, well, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what it was. It was a international rave. Now, for those of you that don't know what a rave is it's like a party. Okay, it's like a party. It's like a musical concert.
Drugs.
It's like a musical. It's like a rock concert and a party all thrown in at once.
All at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, all at the same time. And there was people there from all over. It was an international party, and it was being held there. So you had people there from Poland, you had people there from Yugoslavia, you had people there from Russia, you had people there from America, you had people there from Germany, Italy. There was people from all over the world there to celebrate that international rave and, just have a good time. And that was all that was thought about it.
I'll be right back. I'm going to throw out the trash real quick.
Yeah. Take out your trash. Yeah. I need to take out the trash too, in more ways than one. And we'll get into that later too, maybe. But the thing of it is that, this was an international event. Okay. It wasn't just about killing Jews. This was an international event with people from all over the world who were there to party and have a good time. That's it. Okay. Well, here comes the Palestinians that Stu Peters loves so well, and some of these other people love so well. And they literally slaughtered, now they say, oh, well, it was Hamas. Okay, yeah, but who is Hamas? The Palestinians, the PLO. The PLO has transitioned into Hamas, okay? it's like Hamas absorbed the PLO and it all became one big entity. All right, so they could say Hamas all they want, but they're really talking about the Palestinians. And I'll remind you, ladies and gentlemen, as a historian, that the Palestinians butchered the Christians in Lebanon. Funny how Stu Peters doesn't bring that up. Why is that, Stu? Why is that? Why won't you bring up the fact that your loving Palestinians that you love so goddamn much butchered all the Christians, every man, woman, and child in Lebanon? Why is that, Stu? See, this is why it's important, folks, to understand the players and understand history and understand what the fuck is going on. Because if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be lost. You're going to be, oh, yeah, man, them poor Palestinians. No, the Palestinians are terrorists. That little kid, that little child, if he gets a knife in his hand, he'll slit your fucking throat. They're literally trained from birth to kill. Okay? So I don't want to hear this bullshit about children. It isn't about the children. No, the children will kill you too. The wives will kill you too. The women will kill you. You said, well, Vaughn, why do they put the women and the children out there to get blown to bits? Because it's a belief system in the Quran, in their religion. See, they believe that if these women and kids get blown up in the name of Allah, they go automatically to heaven. That's what they believe. And so they literally put them out there in the line of fire. So if they get blown to bits, and then they get out their camera and they take a bunch of pictures, and then they show the pictures to you and say, oh, look how evil the West is. Not telling you the part where they put them out there deliberately to get blown to bits. They put their own women and yes, listen to me, dumbasses. They put their own women and children out there to get blown to bits because they believe that it is the will of Allah, and that these women and children will automatically go to heaven as martyrs, and then they show you the pictures and say, oh, look how evil the West is, blowing up all these women and children. But see, they don't tell you that they're the ones that put them out there in the first place. They don't tell you that part. And they don't tell you what the Quran says, where it says to actually make martyrs out of the women and children. See, they don't tell you that part. And so if you don't know that shit, you'll be like, well, God, the West must be horrible blowing up all these women and children. No, the Muslims are the one who put them out there.
Yeah.
They're the ones that put the women and children out in harm's way. We didn't do that shit. The Muslims did.
Wrong. Windows is telling me restart. I'm going to restart real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. And Sharpie's telling me to go ahead and put him outside. So I'm going to put him outside. This door, Sharpie.
You know the diaper wearing faggot.
I'm sorry Wilson donated $5 through Super Chat. Could you imagine Vaughn at a rave? He'd be tossing roofies into every 17-year-old girl's drinks like he's skipping rocks.
Jesus. I can actually say you put a vision, you put an image in my mind, Wilson, and I thank you for that, and I thank you for the Super Chat, folks. We're almost there. Let's keep working through this.
Okay. All right. Got that shit done. All right. Everything is done. Everything is done. All right. And we got to fix our shit here. All right. There he is. He's back, Maynard. Oh, but he's back. He's the man behind the mask, and he's out of control. So I am working on the corner cubby for the Iron Eagle. Oh shit! It's still not. Why is it? Oh yeah, that's right. I got to change it back again. All right, there we go. Now we'll add you. There we go. There. Now we're back. Yay! And now we're back. And so I'm going to make a table for this thing. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, Maynard. Making a table. I could take the existing table, but it's too high a poly count. Way too high. Way too high. Way up high in the sky. I'm not hearing you.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, okay. There you are. You never said anything, so I'm like, I can't hear him. Is he all right? I couldn't hear you, so I just, but yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy, man. It just is. And let's see here. We're going to make us a box. Yes, we are. I guess I could show you what the hell I'm doing, couldn't I? If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. All right, so we are going to make a box. Simple box to occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love.
I was craving cheesecake. Craving cheesecake.
Oh, well, cheesecake's good, man. That's some good stuff. I mean, ain't no lie there. That's some good stuff, man. Cheesecake is awesome. Cheesecake is awesome stuff, man. But yeah, I'm making me a table. So I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in. As does Google, as does Alphabet, their parent company. And that's just the way it is. And if you don't like their way, then fuck, it sucks to be you, That's just the way it is. But that's how they believe. And, that's how things are with them. They're just that away,
Cocksuckers, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is.
I got some things to do, Vaughn, around here. I'm going to get going. We're a little over the 1 hour mark, actually.
Yep, we are. Mm-hmm.
I want to get a controller today, and I want to play something. But I'll message you around 12 o'clock. I'll let you know.
I have
a couple of hours.
I thought I had Steam going. Hang on. I thought I had Steam going over here, and downloading the game. There it is. Downloading. No, you want to play Elder Scrolls? Because that's what I downloaded.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls. Yeah, let's get back into that. Let's see how we're doing. We'll see how long it says.
Well, it says. How long does it say? It says it's downloading 17 gig of 119 gig, but it's not giving me a time. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get a time.
You probably got like another 2 hours anyway.
I don't know. Let me see here.
It took me about three hours to download.
Oh, fuck me. It says I got 10 hours to go. Holy shit. That can't be right.
All right. So maybe what other do you have Borderlands installed on your computer?
Let me see. Let me see, Maynard. Borderlands. Do I have any of the Borderlands? Borderlands 2, 3, GOTY Enhanced, Borderlands Pre-Sequel. I don't have any of those installed. Apparently, I uninstalled them.
All right, let me know when ESO finishes and we'll play. If it takes 10 hours, it takes 10 hours. I'm
It
here
takes
tonight.
it says 10 hours, but it may not be that way. I don't know.
It may not be that long. All right.
It may not be that long.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, buddy. Have a good one. All right, and there he went, boys and girls. And we'll move this back over to here and minimize that and put this back over to here. And because well, no, I can't do that because I was showing you the screen, wasn't I? There. Okay, so anyway.
Hear Von's microwave beeping in the background.
Here's my table. And we're going to put see where the hell I put. Still undecided yet, but I might. You never know. Hey, I'm flexible, right? Anyway, it is almost 1:30, so an hour and 30 minutes. So we're going ahead and get out of here. 10:17. My food's beeping, and the dog's saying your food's done. So I'll go ahead and get out of here. But there it is. Then I may have other stuff that you can attach to the Iron Eagle, more seating like this that you can just slap in there right quick and be done. Get her done, Maynard. Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done. But yeah, I'll probably some wood on this. Probably just regular old walnut, and call it a day. And then slap it inside the Iron Eagle. There'll be a snap. You just snap it right in place, and you don't have to worry about a thing. And then the people sit down. And like I said, I'm hoping I can take that waitress from Skyrim and convert it over to Fallout 4. I'll have to figure out how to make because they got a serving tray, and I think they even had some beer glasses or something on there. So I got to figure out how to make those, because if you don't have those, it'll crash, So I got to figure that out. But once I get it all figured out, hey, be good to go, right? All right, so that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day, and better tomorrow.
Folks, on that high note, because I know let it play to the end, because I know you wanted the final recap of all this. So, anyways, let's call it a night. Let's end it there, folks. We'll see what develops, what's out there, what's going on. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest. Been a little quiet. We need a little drama. We need a little more drama. We need a little something going on. So we'll see. Something's due to brew. So we'll keep you in the loop, folks. Thanks for joining. If you don't mind